It's been a long time since we've sat down. Lots of things have happened, both personal and professional. So, once again, finally, let's talk about it. Good morning, evening, or afternoon. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the XP Podcast, episode 26 for the first week of October 2023. I'm your host, Mike Z. Joining me once again, as always, all the time. First time, every time. I forgot what I used to do. Anyway, it's the Birdman himself, Logan B. We're back, finally.
Yeah, welcome back everyone. God, I mean, probably everyone thought we just quit at
Or
this
died.
point, but yeah, we kind of did, I guess. Yeah,
Well, one of us
I
did.
guess first, sorry it's been so long, but I honestly think both me and Mike have had a lot of big changes and things happening lately. As you can see, I have a completely different background now. I moved. Um, but I've had a pretty good week. I could give the news. I'm gonna give the news here because it's not much of a rundown, as it's more a life thing for me. Um, I got a new job
Oh,
since we've been on last,
okay.
and I can say now officially I am doing something in my major. I am now a graphic designer. So,
That's awesome.
sick. Yeah, I started this week. I don't want to really say the name of it, but I'll just say that it's been great. I'll talk to you privately about it, Mike, later. But um, I love it. It's great. The commute's pretty bad. It's like an hour drive, but uh, it's so good, man. I This week's been really good. This is the first time I've had a job where I actually enjoy it. Like I'm like, yes, like I'm willing to wake up really early to go to this job and I enjoy it. So, and I've learned a lot this week too. Like so much in one week. But yeah, so that's pretty big news since we've been on. And I mean, this is also news to Mike here. I didn't tell him this before we got on. So, yeah, it's cool. Um, but yeah, other than that, pretty good week, pretty great. What about you, Mike? Oh, also, let's give a shout out to Mike here. It is his birthday. So if you want to comment down below and sing the happy birthday song down below for Mike,
I'm
for
I'm
all of us.
I'm too old to care about my birthday anymore, man. I'm gonna be completely honest. No, but dude, that's sick. That is awesome. I'm hoping it pays a little more.
Yeah.
That was a question.
Oh, I hope it pays more. Yes, it does.
Okay,
It does.
okay.
Yeah. It definitely pays more.
Yeah, well that's awesome. When you guys I know y'all looking for a house and all that. When are you looking for a little? Hopefully, you're looking for a little closer to the job.
Yeah, within a year, we hope to move somewhere closer to that area, hopefully. So,
Well, yeah, that is absolutely fucking fantastic, man. So, all right. Well, I guess a little bit of explanation of why we've been away for so long. It's 18-fold pretty much. One, Logan's mic blew up.
yeah. Oh no, webcam. My
Webcam
webcam
blew up.
blew
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my webcam. We actually were about to record an episode, and then all of a sudden, which by the way, it almost happened again today, and I almost flipped. I was so mad. Just honestly, I honestly cannot now recommend this webcam because I have dealt with so much bullshit with it. I love it because it's super like you can move it around. Like, let me see if I can do an example. Like I can do this, and it moves around, and I can go all over the place with it. It's great. I love that. But it just I don't know, it's very finicky and it's very like easy to break from what I could tell. And yeah, it took me over a month to get it back. So that's one reason we took so long to get back.
Yeah.
So,
Another reason my house blew up, so that was fun.
yeah. Yeah.
Not literally blew up. It flooded everywhere.
Yeah.
For those I don't know who listen to us, who doesn't listen to us, probably nobody at this point. So, um, by the way, did you get my snap yesterday?
I have
I
not. No, I didn't get to
oh
look at it yet.
I pulled up. Andrew and I were walking around Best Buy, and I pulled up our episode on one of the display phones. So
Really?
yeah, I got another view. Anyway, the supply line to my toilet cracked overnight, and I woke up to half my house flooded. So that took about 2 weeks to get fixed. But outside of that, So let's see, we got about a month covered. So what's the other month? Well, I could say that I'm really, really busy, which I am. I'm busy. I do stuff every single day, whether it's work, school, whatever. Every single day. I don't have a day off. Um, I'm not searching for any sort of sympathies or anything. It's just a fact. But in reality, it's just, I don't know, I kind of needed a break, man. This year has been absolutely amazing. It's been the greatest year of video games I've ever seen.
Honestly, yeah,
But I'm not gonna lie, I got burnt out as hell, man. Like I spent like 2 weeks or something getting back to school, getting used to the schedule, but also just not really doing anything. Just watching TV, doing schoolwork, doing some writing, doing a lot of writing actually. I'm getting back into finally actually doing what I want to do for the rest of my life. But yeah, man, I got burnt out heavily. I was just like, I don't feel like picking up a controller and trying to play right now. And that's one game's fault, but it's also my own personal fault. The gaming depression set in a little bit, which leads us right into the question of the week. We're going to jump right in. We got a lot of things to talk about. 2 months of personal stuff to get caught up on. By the way, that's going to be most of this episode, guys. Logan and I are just going to sit back, talk about the games we've been playing, what we think about them, the good, the bad, the ugly. Um, and we got just a couple news stories and just a couple fun exercises. Wow, I'm definitely in school. Fun exercises? What the hell does that mean? Fun things we're just gonna do and talk about the future of the two companies that we represent and the industry that we love. So let's jump right into it. This question of the week comes from me because no one wrote in. So, Mr. Birdman, what is your longest break away from games? And was there an inciting factor or game that shepherded that break?
Hmm. I can't really think of anything right now. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Well, I have
'Cause I
two of
think I
recent
already know which
memory.
one yours is. Yeah.
Well, this past one wasn't as much that game's fault as much as it was just the year's fault in general. But the one that really hit me was Days Gone. I remember I took like multiple weeks off and I didn't really play anything because Days Gone to me is massively disappointing video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most recently it's Starfield, and we're gonna dive right into that, all the goods, the bads, of which I do have a list of all of them. So, but yeah, most recently, my extreme excitement for that game was followed by a gaming depressive state for about a week of just doing everything I could to try to get into it, and it just never came to fruition. So spoiler alert, I guess. But yeah, I'm sure there's a couple other times, when you just take a break. So I guess I say the max break I ever took where I just didn't play a single game was probably like the 3 or so weeks after Days Gone, because I have been playing a bunch of stuff. Starfield, just
Yeah.
yeah, it put me into. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to engage with it. But Days Gone, really, man, I remember it so vividly because we were in the Whitener house, the one that was like the three different stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'd moved upstairs and I'd gone out and bought a PS4 Pro because Days Gone ran like a shit stain on the launch PS4. So, and I was playing it and I'm like 30 hours in. I'm like, dude, this fucking sucks. This is not good.
Yeah, that
So,
game.
look, man, it's written well. It looks good. I hated the fucking
It's
structure
just
of
too
the game.
slow, man.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
hate it.
thing. Like, you advertise a thing, and you don't even get to do that thing until almost 50 hours into the game, which is stupid. Like, I'm just saying, that is dumb.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't get into it, because I'm like, dude, oh my God. Like, I don't want to have to, like, in a sense, get through all this story just to do the one thing I wanted to do in the game, which looked fun, which was killing the hordes of zombies. So yeah, I agree. I wanted to get in that game. I think it was pretty cool. I think the graphics were great. I think the combat felt pretty good, but the story just wasn't catching me. And I heard it gets better, but I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm sorry, but if I had to get through 40 hours of the game to get to the better part, then that's not worth it to me.
Yeah, and it
So,
was it was the forced structure of it. I don't know if we've ever talked about Days Gone on the podcast because it happened before we started doing this, but man,
yeah.
that forced structure of the game where it's like you have a main mission set like every single game in the world, but you have to like, hey, a puppy. I love
What are you doing,
puppies.
Jackie? Yeah, whatever. He's just
Whatever.
sitting over there.
Um,
Being
and then
weird.
like at certain intervals of the game, it's like, all right, you can't do the main mission because you're behind on the side missions, so you got to get caught up. And I'm like, I don't want to do the side missions. I just want to play the game. I'll do the side missions
Exactly.
later. But like the way that the side missions was set up, it was like story structured, like interwoven in between. And I get it from a storytelling perspective, but I don't know, man. I hated it. I'm like, I don't want to play a side mission for 10 hours so I can play the next story quest. It was it was real bad. But all right, do you have an answer for us now or not?
Um, so I do, but it's not really because of a game. It's more just about life. I think probably the longest break I've ever taken from video games is probably freshman year of college for me. And that was just mainly because I was just extremely busy for like the first like 2 months. I barely even like thought about playing games for those first 2 months. Um, but that's really it. Like I can't really think of any game that's ever made me like if a game really disappoints me that much, I just kind of be like, all right, well, screw it. I'm just gonna go play something else.
Yeah.
And that's just how I am. Or if I do need to take a break, it's usually because of burnout. And usually what gets me right back into playing video games is me watching TV or something like that. And then for some reasons, whatever I watch on TV sometimes like gets me like, oh man, now I really want to play games again. So that's kind of how it is for me.
Well, there was a certain game and its accompanying DLC that really got me back in. And I'm back in the flow now. I'm playing quite a few things right now. A lot of the stuff was just little jaunts here and there over the past couple weeks. But yeah, a certain game update and its DLC has really put me back into it. Yeah, let's meet the little guy. What's up, buddy?
This is Jackie, everyone.
Hello,
It's my little
Jackie.
dog. Oh,
Well, it's
Jackie.
not yours, it's your parents.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, you're freaking out. He's freaking out.
He's like, I don't want to be on the show.
Here, you could stay on here.
There
Stay
we
with
go.
me.
Perfect. So, yeah, but man, I've been playing games for 25 years. It would be reductive for me to say that you've never burnt out or taken a break. And this year, I definitely felt the burnout, dude. There was so many things. I still haven't even beaten Act 1 of Baldur's Gate 3.
Dude, I haven't either.
Yeah.
I'm even playing with a group, and I play every Thursday, and I have not gotten past it.
Yeah.
And all of them are like, "Oh yeah, we made it to the third act," and everything. I'm like, "Yeah, I've literally not even made it past the first act," and I love it though. I mean, I'm not bored of it. Every Thursday, dude, I'm happy. I get on, I play like 2 hours of it with my friends, and then that's it's probably gonna take us like almost a year to beat it at that point. But I like it. It's
Well,
cool.
it's like I mean, I don't know too much about it. You know way more. It's like a campaign. It's like a long
Yeah,
form
that's
campaign.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I love about it. Yeah, it just brings me back to like, when I was in college and I played D&D with the group and everything. I like that. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know how much you put in, but in my playthrough, I am 28 hours in, and I'm not even through Act 1. I guess I probably could be. I just keep doing random shit, dude. But all right. I forgot during the introduction, we normally show off stuff that we've gotten. Well, this hat, the Mighty Pelican, that's what it's called. Don't know why, but it is. But then I got
Yeah.
some new G Fuel flavors I figured you'd be interested in. One of them is now my favorite G Fuel flavor I've ever had.
What's that?
I'll show that to you in a second. One of
Okay.
them that is totally good, not at all a bad flavor at all. It is the Across the Spider-Verse flavor. So it
Oh
is,
yeah.
yeah. Dimension Dance. What is this? Rainbow Sherbet. There it is. Not bad. It's pretty
Oh.
good. It's more mid tier. But my favorite I've ever had, and this is kind of all linking together with what I'm playing in the game that saved me, is the Cyberpunk one.
Oh yeah. What is that one? Oh, a banana apple? Is
Yeah,
that what it says?
grape banana apple. It's called
That sounds really weird.
it's
What the heck?
it's called immunofluid, and dude, I don't know what it is, but it is fucking fire.
Dude,
It's
I miss
so
G Fuel,
good.
dude. I need to order some so bad, dude. I haven't gotten some in a while. It sounds
I've
like we're sponsored. I actually like G Fuel, so we're not sponsored.
No, definitely
If
not
you want to
sponsored.
sponsor us, I mean, I would love it. You know, I would take some free G Fuel. But
But
yeah.
I follow them now on social media, so I get notified when they do the BOGOs, which is the only time I buy it. I don't buy that stuff for full
Yeah,
price.
no, that's the only time you should buy it is
Yeah.
the BOGO because it's so worth it. Me and Amy always just get like I get one, she gets one every time that happens,
I just
and
get
it's
two.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Oh, yeah, my fucking pixel bent. That was fun. Not bad, but the left corner of the screen here is like
Uh-huh.
it's coming off because I guess in my pocket it gets hot sometimes when I'm at work and all that, and
Yeah.
I sit on a chair. But yeah, it's slightly ever so slightly bent, so
Oh man.
that's fun. Oh well, I get cheap phones. I don't pay full price for phones ever, dude. Speaking of phones, you see the bullshit with fucking iPhone 15?
What about it?
So they finally went to USB-C, right?
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah.
Super happy. Everything's cool. The iPhone 15 Pro runs on USB 3.0 protocol. Why it's not 3.1, I don't know. But anyway, the regular iPhone 15 has a
Yeah.
USB port, but it runs on protocol USB 2.0. Do you want to know when USB 2 came out?
Probably early 2000s.
2000. Why can't you just put USB 3 in it? It's not expensive.
Yeah,
It's not
dude,
expensive.
it's Apple, dude. I mean, dude, they literally charge like an arm and a leg for fucking SSD when SSDs have gone down so much in like the past few years, dude.
Yeah. My
It's
shitty
dumb.
$50 skull candies come with a USB-C port and wireless charging. And you can't give me a USB-C 3.0 port. Now, I guess this could very well be 2.0. I don't know. I don't care. It's a charging port, which I guess is reductive of me to say. But it's a $1,000
I
phone,
mean,
right?
also the people that get I don't think the 15 is $1,000. Usually it's the pros that are $1,000.
Let's
And usually, let's be honest, you're not going to be using the actual USB-C thing on a normal iPhone 15. Like, let's just be honest here. People that get the 15 Pro are more likely to actually use the USB, C port more than anything. Which, by the way, I do think is pretty cool. I've seen some videos of like stuff you can connect to it. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. Also, I know we've said some bad things, but I think one really cool thing iPhone 15 is doing is they're bringing straight up console games to the phone. You can play Resident Evil
Yeah.
4 Remake, Mirage on your phone. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you're streaming it to your phone. Like it is going to play natively on the phone. That actually is kind of exciting to me. Though a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, why does it cost $60?" Because it's a console game. Like that's why it costs $60. Like what were you
Yeah.
expecting?
It's not
Um
Monopoly.
yeah, it's not a normal mobile game. It's an actual console port to the phone. Like that's cool. Yeah, I'm very excited for that actually. I'm really curious to see how that goes, but obviously I'm not going to go out of my way to get a new iPhone. I have an iPhone 13. That thing's still great. I love it. I'm not going to update to a new iPhone until probably iPhone 16 or 17 or whatever. I don't know.
All right. Well, anything new we got to report on? Have you gotten anything new other than your hoodie?
I got this hoodie. I'll show you for the people out there. I got this little collectible can from a thing that I'll be talking about soon. Are we in the rundown? I don't
No.
know why I'm blanking. Okay. Jackie's really getting me. By the way, I don't even think I told you. Did I say this is Jackie Chan? And
Yeah.
that's not in a bad way. That's
Well,
literally the
you
name of the
said
dog.
Jackie. You
Yeah,
didn't say
Jackie
his.
Chan is his full name. So, well, we got him like a long time ago. Yeah, I got this hoodie. Here, wait 1 second.
Un momento. I'm in Spanish class, so I know that. Here's a question for everyone out there. In English, one is one. If we want to say one moment, we say one moment. It's written out one moment. In Spanish, one is uno, right? Everyone knows that. If you want to say one moment, you say un momento. Why do you drop the O? We don't drop the E. We don't say on moment. I don't know. Someone out there, if you are fluent in the Spanish language, Espanol, let me know, please, because that annoyed me. Hey, a little bomber jacket.
So yeah, I got
I
this.
love bomber jackets.
Dude, and this jacket is fucking nice.
Yeah,
I got this.
a little cyberpunk vibe.
What is it called?
I don't know.
Uni Uniqlo. It's this
Not a clue.
Japanese store. I got at Disney Springs. They have it at Disney Springs. Awesome store with amazing clothes. There was another jacket I was tempted to get, but it was like $120. It was a nice business jacket, but this one was like $80, I think. It was awesome. This jacket is like really nice. Um,
Hey, Logan, nice feet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I got this jacket, which this is
Okay, that's heavy
uh
Cyberpunk vibes.
this is a Star-Lord jacket
Okay.
that I got at Epcot, which by the way that ride was pretty damn cool. Um
Oh yeah, you didn't
and
even talk about your vacation. I guess we'll do that in the rundown.
yeah. Um Other than that, I think that's it,
All right.
to be honest. Oh wait.
Still waiting. Hey man, can you pick up your damn clothes that are on the floor? You freaking.
That's not mine.
Okay.
Called my wife's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, wait.
The dude from Destiny. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know why it's not turning on. Oh.
There it is. Yeah. Old Peter Dinklage. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Yeah, that was about it.
Man, you want to talk
But
about
yeah,
terrible voice performances in video games? Dude, Peter Dinklage sucked. He was
wait, what did
awful.
he do?
He was the thing. He was the guardian, the little floating thing
Oh, yeah.
for Destiny 1. For Uno Destiny or Un Destiny. Sorry. Do I have anything? No, I don't think so. Got a $4,000 cruise coming up. I ain't spending a lot of money. All right. Well, while we wait for the Birdman to get back, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, this is in fact the XP podcast. We are back. It is our weekly, sometimes twice a month, sometimes 2 month gap pop culture and news podcast where Logan and myself sit down with y'all and talk about all the news stories and happenings inside and out of the video game world. We post a new episode, hopefully each and every week, so you can listen to it whenever you want. Or whenever you get the time. You can also find us on most of the popular podcasting services, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Pause real quick. Google, quit doing this little birthday thing on my screen. I don't give a shit that it's my birthday, all right? Fuck off.
happy birthday.
Oh my god, it keeps like in the corner. It keeps putting like freaking balloons and everything on my icon. I don't give a shit. All right, anyway, if you enjoy what we're doing here on the XP Podcast, please support us over on a Patreon where you get to be a part of our weekly discussions and give us your opinions on everything we talk about and everything we don't. You'll also be able to find all of our uploads there along with any exclusive episodes we may post. Links for that, as always, are in the description down below, or you can simply go to patreon.com and search Experience Point spelled capital X, capital P, ERIENCE, POINT. However, if you don't have any money to send our way, don't worry. We still love and appreciate you for listening to us and being a part of what is hopefully a growing community. You can also go over to our YouTube channel where you can get this show and all of our shows in video format. If you do, please give us a like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you can be aware of everything we post when we decide to post that. Post it, post that, whatever.
Post that, yeah.
I don't give a shit. With all that out of the way, let's get into this week's show. Like I said, this is going to be a mostly catch up / generally talk about all the games and things that we've been doing on our break. But we do have a couple things to talk to you about in Around the Point. First and foremost, Jim Ryan is retiring from PlayStation after almost 30 years with the company, so we congratulate his time and contribution to our favorite medium and look ahead to the next stage of the PlayStation era. We also look ahead to the remainder of 2023 and what's in stock for us in 2024 with respect to both PlayStation and Xbox and the grander video game industry as a whole. Then in LTR, we dive into the reviews for all the games that have come out during our break, which it is a lot. And we're going to react and spend some time on what we think about the games and also what we think about the score, because there's a couple games in particular that got some interesting scores. But before we get to all that, it's time for what is and forever will be the rundown, where we catch up on all things pop culture that we've been doing, whether that be gaming, movies, books, shows, TVs, whatever. Don't care, don't matter. We love it all and like to talk about it. So that was supposed to be we like it all and love to talk about it. Whatever, I'm out of practice. Mr. Birdman, why don't we space this out somehow? You want to start at the top?
Get it. Space it out.
That was
Let's go with Starfield.
that was unintentional, but yes, let's start with the
Yeah.
big one. Let's start with the one that put me in a depressive state. But let's start with the praises first. All right.
Yep.
I'm sure you have plenty of praises. I have some praises as well. So let's start there. How much time you put into it? Have you beaten it yet? I'm sure you have. And I will let you know how much time I put into it, which I have not beaten it. So.
Okay. I have not beaten it.
Oh.
But I have put about 3 days worth of time into the game already.
So
Um,
72 hours.
yeah, I think
That's
so.
that's 3 days.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. There's praises and there's some negatives in there. I'm not gonna be some kind of fanboy and just be like, oh yeah, it was perfect, man, 10 out of 10. No, it has problems, and there's no underlying. I mean, especially after playing 72 hours, I've seen the lot of it. I've seen every bit of it and some bugs and some things like that. But start with the praises. Um, it's definitely the least or the most. I wouldn't really say fully optimized, but I would say that it is the least buggy Bethesda game to ever release, and I can full-heartedly say that even after 72 hours. Haven't run into an insane amount of bugs. There are definitely a few, like for example, going in the third person, my head would disappear and I would go into a T pose. You know, I've seen a lot of like quest people just floating through the wall, the roof and everything a couple times. But you know, I'm really happy that it's actually like probably one of the least buggy games. I think graphics, I mean, they're not like next gen in a sense, but I do think this is the best looking Bethesda game for sure. And I do think that some of the environments are actually pretty damn amazing in this game. I think the art style in this game is great. Um, that's really good. I think combat is really fun and fluid. I think it's really good actually what they've done with it. And then I think so far the side stuff is fantastic. I can admit I'm not really like digging the main story a lot. Like I think it's pretty interesting. But I honestly in my 72 hours, I probably maybe 8 hours of that story, the main story. The rest of it was me just doing side stuff, me wanting to go explore planets and all that. And you know, it's just I think the actual faction missions are the best part of Starfield. Because I've been doing, I just finished the Crimson Raiders one, which was fucking great.
I heard that's
Eh,
probably like the best one.
yeah, that one's great. I also really like, um, damn it, what's the faction called? Uh, the main faction you meet at the very beginning.
What
They're
what's the
the
one that
Marines.
what's the one that has the Xenomorph quest? Is that Crimson Raiders?
Yes. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
No.
no, no, no. Crimson Raiders is about treasure.
Okay.
The one about the Xenomorph one, I love that one too. That one's
Yeah.
fucking good. The ending is great. Again, I really but I also have been doing the Ryujin. I think that's their yeah, Ryujin.
Never met him.
I've been doing theirs, which is a lot more like sneaky. Their quest line. Yeah, I think it's really cool so far. I've been really liking those a lot. I really dig them. I know I'm probably one of the very few, but I do kind of enjoy sometimes just going to a planet and wanting to land somewhere random and explore it. And sometimes yeah, I admit there is definitely some faults with it, but I do think there's sometimes some really good shit you can find, and it's really cool. And I like that. I've run into some pretty interesting stuff while doing that, and I like that a lot. It definitely has its faults. Which, by the way, to get to another negative real quick, is just the loading screens. Even though it barely takes me a second to load because I have it on SSD, it is a little bit of excessive. Which someone popped up a video that was absolutely hilarious about Cyberpunk recently, where they're like, "What if Cyberpunk was Starfield?" And he was like in his apartment. He opens the door, loading screen. He goes to the elevator, clicks the elevator button, loading screen. He goes to his car, presses the button, loading screen. I'm like, you know, honestly, you're not wrong. They definitely put way too many loading screens in this game. It makes no sense, especially like just getting into your ship. Like, dude, come on. You're telling me you can't just have the door open and go in? Like, but what are your thoughts? I've been rambling on for a little bit here.
Well, let me interject. I forgot to do this at the top. So, I'm a vapor. I like vape. I know it's a bad habit. It's fine. Anyone wants to say I'm destined for death? My response is we all are. Get over it. But I got this new flavor the other day. I took a chance. I can tell you emphatically that chance did not come to fruition. It was a bad decision. I got a coffee tobacco, and it's
That
fucking
sounds
terrible.
disgusting.
It's awful. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, oh, maybe coffee. I like the taste. Some people don't like the taste of like black coffee. I actually like the taste of black coffee. I don't like
Oh,
the heat of it, like the hotness.
yeah.
It burns my fucking tongue every time. So that's why I usually drink iced coffee. But I actually do really enjoy just the basic taste of coffee. It sits in your mouth for a long time. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I mean, my father drinks black coffee, like dark roast black coffee, his entire life, so I get it from him probably. But
That's how my grandma is.
yeah, I thought maybe there was a chance, and no, it's time. I'm not wasting it because it's $20 right here, but well, 17, whatever. But yeah, terrible decision. Anyway, all right, my broad thoughts. I have a couple prefaces. That's not right. Prefaces for it.
Yeah.
My first preface is I am super happy for both Xbox and more importantly Bethesda for getting this game out, for how well it's doing, how many copies it's sold. It's super. I think like 10 million players or something. Who knows how many of extra paid for the game and
Yeah.
didn't. But I know on Steam it did fairly well. I think it peaked at like 250,000, which is good.
Yeah.
People are talking about how bad it is in comparison to Baldur's Gate. It's not fair. Baldur's Gate wasn't available anywhere else. So when it came out.
Exactly.
So not a fair comparison. Both games did great. I mean, that's the simple fact of it. So I'm super happy for both Xbox and Bethesda. And my second preface is my history with Bethesda. I love Bethesda. I have played Morrowind. I've played and beaten Oblivion. Played and beaten Skyrim. Played and beaten Fallout 3. Played Fallout 4 for about 30 or so hours. Didn't love it. I have not played Fallout 76. So my next statement does not include that game. In my humble opinion, Starfield is the worst Bethesda game I've ever played. I do not like this game at all. My big positives are some of the things that Logan mentioned. From about my 12 and a half hours, I limped my way to those 12 and a half hours, so take everything I say with a massive grain of salt of ignorance, if you want to call it. The quest design and the writing is some of the best Bethesda has ever put forth. The quest actually seemed to matter. The only other thing I think I've watched most of the game, so I know what happens at the end. I know about the powers, and I know all that stuff. So, I think there's maybe either one quest line or faction line that beats it. That's probably like, I don't know, the Dark Brotherhood or something. And maybe the only thing that beats it in terms of quality for what Starfield represents and the writing and all that. Things I hate about this game or dislike. I don't necessarily think I hate anything other than one aspect, but things I dislike. Almost everything else. In my opinion, I think the game is ugly. I know Logan said it looked really good. That's awesome. He also has a
Yeah.
$2,000 PC to run it on.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
let me put that preface quickly. I am running this game on a 7900 XTX. Yes, that is very very high end. I get it. I know, and I will full-heartedly admit that this game definitely, it's not that it's unoptimized, but I do think it could be optimized better. Because to say it's unoptimized would be incorrect,
yeah,
because it clearly from the start screen it is doing shaders, which is a
yeah,
optimization.
that's
That
awesome.
is the definition. So it is optimized, just not. It could be better,
Yeah,
and there
I'll
definitely
say
could be differences
it's
with it.
super stable. Whatever frame rate you're running it at, or whatever card
Yes.
you're running on, it doesn't stutter, it doesn't freeze. This frame rate isn't spiking. Like I have frame rate graphs and all that when I play it, and it's super flat. So it is very stable. Only
Yeah.
thing is, in my experience, on a measly $1,200 PC, it's stable at a shit frame rate. and I
Yeah.
don't. And in my opinion, we've always said, the battle between visuals and frame rate. I'm okay with a bad frame rate if the game justifies the reason for it having a bad frame rate. And in my humble opinion, just in visuals alone, I don't see it at all. I think the game is muddy. The texture work is terrible. The art design is really good. The art design is really great. I
Yeah.
will say that. And I think like the suits look good. The animation's pretty decent. The ships look incredible. The ship work that they did was fantastic, making all the parts fit together and everything like that. That is super awesome. It's probably my favorite part of the game. It's just the shipbuilding in general, which is funny because in Fallout 4, the building was the least favorite part of the game. So,
Yeah.
so that is all awesome. But I just simply think the game is quite frankly pretty disgusting looking. I think it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's muddied. It doesn't justify itself enough to run at sub 60 on $1,000+ PC for me. I know there's people out there who played it on Xbox Series X at 30 frames and love it. That's great, man. That is super awesome. I'm super happy for you. But for me, I I was thinking about this throughout our long break, man, and I was trying to come up with another game I've been this disappointed in, and I don't really think I can come up with one. This may be my biggest video game disappointment I've ever experienced in 25 years of playing video games. So yeah, and my biggest takeaway, the thing I do think is actually legitimately bad in comparison to other games, is the exploration here. I think the exploration is quite frankly pointless. I know you said there's things. I'm sure there's things you can find. I'm sure there's things out there. But the reason I play Bethesda games is not for the quest lines. They're great, and you can have fun in them. But it's
Yeah.
to put a point on a map and walk there and just see what you find. See what there is out there. And I understand this is a space game. I understand you can't really do that. I get it. But at least when I land on a planet, man, at least, I don't know, have something. I walked into 4 caves. Every single one of them was the exact same. Exact same layout, just different visual stuff.
Caves are very disappointing. I
Yeah.
100% agree with that because it's super annoying because the only sort of interesting thing that might happen with the caves is sometimes there's like a person that like got attacked by a creature and you have to go save them in there, but that's probably the only really different thing you're going to get out of caves. It's more of the other stuff that I find a little bit more interesting, but yeah, caves are just super disappointing. I
Yeah.
don't know what the hell, unless you're going to count those outposts that do go into caves, but the actual caves that you mark on your map, yeah, they're basically just resources.
Yeah. And
Oh, what the hell is going on with my voice?
it's okay. I sound like ass, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And my throat feels like a midget sitting in there with a torch. So that's whatever. But yeah, man, dude, I tried. I gave it the old college try.
Yeah.
We played for 5 hours that first night, and over the next 2 weeks, I just kept trying to sit down and play it. I said I put 7.5 extra hours in after that night, and I kept trying. I kept trying to sit down, play it. I'm like, oh, the performance is annoying. Doesn't look good. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing because it's a loading screen, fly, loading screen, land, loading screen, cave, loading screen.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, the exploration is something that I cherished in Bethesda games. Just getting lost in Skyrim. It's the reason why I played it for 16.5 hours the first day that it came out.
Yeah.
I just got lost. I walked into caves. I walked into whatever. I made my way all the way up north, and I went to the old college of, I forgot the city, but the Mage College. And that's just my favorite part. Even Fallout does that really, really well. Well, I don't love the gameplay as Fallout as much as I like, Oblivion or Skyrim. But just walking around, getting lost, seeing what you run into. You walk into this camp and everyone's like over leveled. You're like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. And then you just run away.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, maybe it's there. I hope it is, but I couldn't find it. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm sad playing this game. Like, I'm having to force myself to sit down and play this game for X amount of time per night. And I just didn't want to do it no more. So the way I'm approaching it is same way I approach Cyberpunk. I took a 2-year break from Cyberpunk, and I said I'll come back
Yeah.
when it's fixed. And maybe in a year or so I'll come back to Starfield because 2024 thankfully does not look as crazy as 2023 was. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have some time moving forward where I can come back and I can really experience Starfield for what it's supposed to be. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in there. And like I said, I was massively disappointed. And that sucks. I'm really sad for myself. I'm happy for everyone who enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the game, if you think it's awesome, perfect. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I do think Bethesda had to sacrifice so much of their identity of what their games are to get this game to just simply exist in the format that it is. I guarantee you they wanted seamless transitions from space to planet. Somehow they couldn't figure out a way to do it. Whatever back end reason that is, that's on them. I don't know. I'm not a developer, but I'm sure they wanted it to work like that. So you would at least have a sense of you're exploring. I understand fast travel and all that in hyperspace. Get it? I mean, you can cover that with a fancy loading screen, but I just felt no connection to the space I was in. Pun intended.
Yeah.
Um, every single time I went into a loading screen or I went up into a planet, I loaded a planet, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm existing in this world. And that's one thing you have to say about all the other Bethesda games. You feel like you're there. When you're in Skyrim, you feel like you're in Skyrim. There's no
Yeah.
question in my mind. Like, I am here in this country. I don't actually know what they are. Are they countries? I don't even know. Because like each Elder Scrolls takes place in a different place of this grander universe, or this grander continent, I guess. I guess I
Yeah.
would call them land masses. But I
Yeah.
just, I couldn't feel that. I couldn't get it out of it. But that's me. And like I said, that sucks. People say out there I'm an Xbox hater. I know I want Xbox to be the best they absolutely can be, and I was excited for this, way out of my mind. Go back to other episodes. Like I predicted to be the game of the year, my game of the year, and man, I was I was just sad. I was so fucking sad, dude. I was also mad at myself because I was like, there's got to be something I can find here, man. There's got to be something that can get me through. I've played way
Yeah.
worse games than this. This is not a bad game. That's not what I want to say. For me, it is supremely disappointing and not a very good game. But it is objectively, at the bare minimum, a good video game.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Like, you can argue the differences between great, amazing, and masterpiece. I'll hear those arguments. I think the bare minimum is it is a good video game. For me, it's not, but my objective opinion is it's there. So, and I gotta pause. So I'll turn it back over to you. My shit is all stuffed up. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So I'll turn it over to you. You can respond to anything you want in there. Let's have a
Yeah.
discourse.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, I totally get that like not everybody's gonna like Starfield. I understand that, and that's why I think it's obviously just kind of like how like some people like Fallout and some people like Skyrim. I think Starfield is just different. It's a different Bethesda game. Yes, it is a Bethesda game at heart, and there are those Bethesda characteristics in there. But I can get why people don't like it. But I really like it because it's different. It's not just Fallout in space like everyone fucking thought it was going to be. It's different. It has a whole different vibe to it. I love the design of it. I get that some people may not, but for me, I think it looks good. I also just like the art design because it's NASA punk, and I just think that's really fucking cool. It's also just completely different than the other Bethesda games because it's not like them where they're all fantasy or that. Like Fallout 4 is basically, or Fallout is like, what if it was 50s but in the future? And then you got Skyrim, which is, just fantasy in general with dragons and all that. But then you got Starfield, which is going for a more realistic look in a sense. It's actual real, like NASA's a part of this. There is Earth, there is our solar system, there is all that. So like I can get why people don't like it. I will never tell people they are wrong. It's fine. I get it. But I do hate when there was a lot of fucking haters, dude, when this came out, dude. Oh my God. It was like
Welcome to
constant on
being a
YouTube.
PlayStation
I
fan.
know, dude. All the
Welcome.
little fanboys out there doing like, oh my God, shit. And or the people review bombing it that were like PlayStation fanboys because they didn't fucking get it on their system. Who the fuck cares? Go get an Xbox if you really want to play it that bad. Like, I don't know. It's dumb,
Welcome
but
to the world of your favorite publisher putting out a great game and everybody feeling the need to hate on it because it's good.
yeah, yeah,
Welcome
and
to, God of War fandom.
yeah, it's dumb. But it's also some of the unrealistic expectations people put on it too that just annoy me. Like they came out with a 30-40 minute thing showcasing everything, and everyone I guess didn't fucking watch it because a lot of people are like, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense." Why is this like this? And I'm like, "Did you watch the video? Like they showed you everything." I didn't have unrealistic expectations. I knew what I was getting from day one. I watched that 30-minute thing. I understood what was going to be in the game. Yeah, there are some things that they didn't show that are disappointing, and I agree. There are some problems with exploration for sure at times, but I do think there is a lot to see. It's just done in a different way, which is fine. Like I don't just do quests. Sometimes I will also sometimes go to a planet and all of a sudden I see something out there and I want to go walk to it. I think actually one of the biggest problems for me, especially with exploration, is the fact that why the fuck is there no vehicles in this game? Why?
Dude, it's so annoying.
Why? No, because what's even more of a slap in your face? There was a quest very early on in the game. You have to collect a debt from somebody. So you go to this desolated planet, which by the way, I like that the quest will take you from planet to planet, and I love that shit. But it took me to this desolated planet. Okay, I land there. I go to this guy's little hut, and you know what's sitting outside his fucking hut? A rover. And no, not only that, you can sit down at the driver's seat. That's how much of a slap in the face they have for you right there. I literally sat down because for a second there, I'm like, wait a minute, they did add vehicles? I went up, I got on the rover, and it said sit down. I'm like, no, like really? Like, is this just something they hid? And I sat down, and then all it was just me just like this. And I'm like, I was so mad. And that was like the first like 10 hours of the game. So that makes me so mad. I was like, really? Like, the fact that you added rovers just pisses me off. Like you shouldn't even put them in the game, because if you're gonna show them to us, why can't we drive them? That's dumb. But I 100% agree with that. I think, God, I can't wait for modders. I know that's a bad way of thinking, but man, that is one thing I actually think is a pretty big negative to me and I am not going to, because it's the same thing I bitch and complained about with Horizon in the first game, where it took so long to fucking get them out, and I hated that. I hated just running around this world, and I agree. That is one thing I don't like about Starfield for sure, and it's a pretty big one, and that's why even if I had to give it a rating right now, I'd probably say a B. Like, it's not an A. It's definitely not S. It's not a perfect. It's a B for me. Like, it has problems. But I don't know why, man. But I've just, since the beginning, dude, I absolutely been loving it. I love that. I still feel it has that Bethesda where, like, yes, there's that main quest, but as soon as you do that first, like, thing where you meet all the people, they just give you the fucking ship and they tell you go. And that's all it is. Like, I just went. I just started going and exploring. I explore all the different planets. I like to go, and then sometimes you run into some really awesome quests. Like, for example, there's one where you go to Paradiso, and there's an awesome quest there, by the way. Fucking great. And I think they really nailed I actually think these quests in this game are the best I played in any of the games, other than I haven't played a lot of Skyrim. So I want to just say that right now, I want to play and beat Skyrim, but every time I play Skyrim, I pick it up, I play it for a couple hours, and then I stop, and then I go and play it on a different thing, and this has happened multiple times. I've been playing Skyrim since on 360, and then I just keep getting it and playing it more and then stopping. But now that I have it on my Steam Deck, I actually do plan on playing and beating it, which I'll get to in a second. Yeah, I get it, I don't think people should be told that they're wrong, but I also think some people are a little too excessive, like Jim Sterling, giving it like a 4 out of 10 and fucking bringing the score down a lot. Fuck you.
Pisses me off because it's my game.
Yeah. Well, it pisses me off too, because then it brings it, like, just because of his one little super low score, which I think is really, what did he give it? I think he gave it like a 4.
Give it a 4 out of 10. Same thing.
Which, by the way, that is just wrong. Like, that's below average. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you cannot tell me that game is below average, at least. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I get it. I especially even get, at first I was a little jaded about the IGN thing when I first think, but I understand now. I've played it for 72 hours. I get it. But yeah, for me, it's like a B. I'm really enjoying it. I want to beat it. I've been trying to stay away from spoilers so bad. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about New Game Plus. I don't know what it is, but I sort of think I know what it is because a lot of spoilers are popping up everywhere. But I just don't want to rush to beat it. Like, I've been really loving doing all these quests, dude. I had so many quests. Like, dude, just walking around in these little city environments, dude, you gain so many fucking quests by just listening to people. Which, by the way, I love, and I don't think that's new. I think they did that in Skyrim too. I'm not sure.
Oh
You have
yeah,
to
no,
tell me. You have
yeah.
experience with that. So
You'll walk through a person like in Whiterun, and just a quest will start. And you're like, what the hell? Yeah, it's on follow mode. I was gonna tell you that when you got done talking because I noticed it, but I didn't know maybe you wanted it on follow mode. I
thank you. Yeah,
so
I don't know why. I was about to say, I'm like, why is it tracking me? Okay, I got it now.
But yeah, no, like I said, and what I think of it, the quest design and especially the writing is way better than what we've gotten before.
Hmm.
There's not a single quest in Skyrim, one of my favorite games of all time, that really even comes close to this. Like the Civil War storyline is really cool, but in
Hmm.
terms of like what actually happens, the writing and the events, outside of it being the concept of a civil war that you're participating in, it doesn't
Yeah.
go anywhere outside the basic concept. Whereas in this game, even from the quests that I've played, I'm like, okay, these are layered. There's decisions to be made. There's consequences for those decisions within the granular scale of the context of that mission. Like I said, and that's all really great. And I wish I maybe would have went into this game thinking of more like it's a quest driven game than an exploration driven game. And that's not at all what I went into it thinking of. And maybe, like you said, maybe next year or something, I can go into it knowing that this is a game where you go from quest to quest and you explore interspersely between those things. Maybe I can get into that mind frame because I'm just not in the mind frame. Also, I'm busy as hell right now. I don't have time to put
Yeah.
time into it. But hopefully, over the next year or so, I can play that and get into it that way. But like I said, man, in terms of reviews, I don't always love talking about reviews for a game I haven't finished because I don't have any context for it. But the lowest argument that I would ever accept from somebody and hear their arguments is maybe like a six and a half. Me personally, it's somewhere between a 7 and an 8. Yes, that B range for what I feel. Maybe a very low B for me, but the lowest argument I'll hear is if you gave it 6, and you have to have some damn good arguments for giving that
Hmm.
a 6. Anything lower than that is fucking preposterous, and you frankly just don't know what you're talking about, Jim Sterling. This man gave a
Yeah.
4 to Resident Evil 4. I'm
Dude, yeah,
still
he
mad
pisses
about
me
that.
off, dude. The fact that he had, I don't get how he has. Do you have to have like a license or something to get on those websites to be official? Because like, the fuck,
Whatever the
dude.
certification process is.
Yeah, like, dude, he does not need one.
Well,
Please
this
get
is
rid
the
of it.
reason why I pay more attention to OpenCritic than I do Metacritic. And I learned this through my study of Starfield because I was like, the scores are different, and it's always like that. And I want to know why. That is because on Metacritic, well, sorry, let me start with OpenCritic because it's much easier to understand. On OpenCritic, it is a aggregate score. IGN
Yeah.
gives it a 7. I don't know. Jim gives it a 10, which I don't think he's ever done. I'm pretty sure he's never done. But it's going to be an 8.5 because it's an aggregate score. On Metacritic, different outlets are weighed heavier. So IGN 7 means more than, I don't know, Gaming Trends 9 to the overall score,
Yeah.
which is why I listen a lot more to OpenCritic than I do to Metacritic because I'm like, you can't, just because a place is bigger doesn't mean their opinions mean more. That's
Yeah.
stupid. That's like saying, oh, IGN is IGN, so the dude who reviewed Starfield means more than me or you's opinion. I'm like, well, I've been playing games for 25 years, so I have a pretty damn good base opinion on what a good game and a bad game is. I've played a lot of them.
Yeah.
So now maybe they're more successful in their career of video games, but it doesn't mean their opinion means more than me to a score, an aggregate score. So that's stupid. So I've kind of thrown out Metacritic in my life. I still refer to it every now and then, but I'm way more on the Open Critic, mostly because Rotten Tomatoes sucks more than Metacritic. So with
Yeah.
movies, I don't really have an option, but for games, we do have an option. Go to Open Critic. It has an 86, which is I think high, but it's a super respectable score. Super awesome. What?
Sorry to interrupt you
Oh
guys.
God.
We have a birthday in the
Oh
house.
God. Thank you.
Go
Oh,
ahead
donuts.
and blow out your candles.
I blew out my candle. Oh shit. Are they
Oh
restarting?
no, it's one of those.
They are
No,
not
it's not.
restarting.
She learned a
That would
lesson
have been
from
hilarious.
She learned a lesson from my first birthday. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm sick, so I don't want to give her a kiss. I'm not like an asshole, so thank you. Did you get my medicine? I'm way more anticipating my medicine than that. So, all right.
Maybe it's inside.
He crushed up some fucking Dayquil and put it in the donuts. Yeah. That'd be a
Yeah.
power move. That's what my mom used to do to me when
Yeah.
I couldn't take
Yeah.
pills. She was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to take your medicine? Here, have this fucking Go-Gurt." But yeah, what the hell was he talking? That's awesome. I didn't expect donuts. I fucking love donuts, dude. It's like my thing. But yeah, man, it's just like again, it is a good video game. It is just not what I wanted from them, and I think, in my opinion, it's the worst game I've played from them. Which sucks, but
Yeah.
that's saying a lot considering I still think it's a good game. That's how good Bethesda is. Now, granted, I have not played Fallout 76. I never will play Fallout 76. That's
Don't.
definitely their worst
Don't
game.
waste your time because
That's
I played it. It sucks.
That's definitely their worst game, but in terms of games that I've played, this one hit me like a fucking brick wall, dude. I wasn't ready
Yeah.
for my disappointment. I just wasn't expecting it. I told myself the whole time, I'm like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna fly around. I'm gonna do all sorts of things. One thing, my petty side came out. So after those 2 weeks that I struggled to get through it, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go play fucking No Man's Skies. It's way better anyway. Which it may be. People say it is. I have no clue. But I'm like, I'm not that petty. I'm not doing
I
that.
gotta put that on there too. Yeah.
You play No Man's Sky?
I did, yes.
Okay.
I'll
For-
talk about it in a second too.
All right. Well, let's move. That is our Starfield discussion. I don't think I missed any of the points that I want to make. Other than, yeah, welcome to the life of being a PlayStation fan with the old Starfield snapback. It's people are assholes out there, man. It's rough. Like, if you didn't enjoy
Yeah.
the game, perfectly fine. Give me a review. Talk to me about the reasons why you didn't. That's what I did here. I gave you my reasons. We disagree on some of them. We agree on some of them. It's life. But don't come at me with 0 out of 10, not on PlayStation. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, or making what is it? Someone made a petition for them to bring fucking the game to PlayStation. I've also heard a lot of dumb opinions of people being like, in a year it's gonna come to PlayStation anyways. I'm like, no, it's literally fucking not. Like, I don't think people understand that Microsoft purchased Bethesda. They didn't pay them for a little bit of exclusivity. They bought Bethesda. They own Bethesda. Why would they release those games on PlayStation later on? That makes no sense. I mean, it would be weird. I would hope they wouldn't, because at that point, then why does Xbox exist? But I don't think that's gonna happen. I just think that's a dumb thing.
What was that? Who was that guy I read I got into an argument with? What the fuck did he say? I don't even remember. He said something stupid and I broke his entire argument down, which is what I do on Reddit. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's a donut
Next
that's
time
currently
on us.
killing me.
Yeah.
Like 10 times smaller.
Yeah, is this a Krispy Kreme donut?
Yeah.
This bitch tiny. Look at this thing, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a little boy.
Ugh.
Wait, do you eat donuts warm?
No, I'm not a psychopath.
Okay,
Fuck.
thank God. Good.
No.
Thank God.
What the fuck? Who the fuck
You're
eats
one of
donuts
you're one of
warm?
us. Dude, I hate donuts warm. It's disgusting.
People do all the time.
Warm donuts?
Mhm.
That's
Nasty.
That's disgusting, dude. A croissant
is.
supposed to be eaten warm.
Yeah.
How's that disgusting?
I don't know. It's just, I guess not disgusting.
Sorry, it doesn't happen a lot, but I'm on Logan's side here.
Logan's on my side, so you're on your own side.
Yeah, I hate warm donuts.
Go over to the corner and exist in your warm donut side. I'm gonna get hate on the internet for that one.
Dude, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I guess in my defense,
Ugh.
I've never had it, so
You haven't?
no,
Oh,
I've never
yeah. If you
warmed
go,
up
if
a
you go to
donut
Krispy,
because-
no, why Krispy Kreme? If you go like early in the morning, they give you warm donuts.
But, like, if
They
it's
like it's like fresh off the
not
whatever they
warm,
do. You know,
Now I've dipped the donut in coffee. That's real good.
probably yeah.
Yeah, well, no, the donut's still cold. You just dip it in coffee, and you get like the sugar and all that from the donut.
Only if it's cake. Only if it's a cake donut.
Another popular opinion: cake donuts fucking need to
No,
die.
I hate
No, what? I disagree with
Cake
that. Dude.
donuts
I
are
love
terrible.
cake donuts, man. They're
Ugh.
great.
You can't use a regular donut for that.
All right, we're moving on from a donut.
Okay, yeah. Sorry,
discussion here, all right.
this is not about video games, but I
That's
agree
okay.
though.
This
I
is
love it.
This is a sit down and chill episode. So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, we both went from Starfield to Skyrim. It looks like. So, yeah, I've beaten Skyrim 4 times. So, it's one of my favorite games of all time. So, where are you at? What have you done? I guess you played this for its comparative sake to Starfield.
Yes. So
So-
yeah, these two next games that I played were kind of comparative. I'll just talk about No Man's Sky real quick too in a second. It's just gonna be a quick little thing. But basically, yeah, Skyrim. I ended up on on the way to vacation, I was playing Skyrim on my Steam Deck, which, by the way, runs fucking great. It's awesome. It's actually really, really good. Um, and so I was playing that on the plane on the way to Florida and also on the way back. And that was like I played for like 6 hours, I think. I even played it while I was waiting to get on the plane. So yeah, I wanted to play it just kind of get a comparison because everyone kept saying like all these different things. So I kind of wanted to get back and actually play Skyrim just to get a little bit of a comparison and everything. And yeah, I mean, I forget how much fun it is to play Skyrim every time. Like it's weird. Like I've never beat Skyrim, but every time I get into it, it's just fun because I think the leveling system in that game is brilliant.
So good, yeah.
And I do think the exploration is very, very fun because it's almost like I don't really know how to say this. Like, yes, Skyrim is an RPG, but it also is kind of like a sandbox in a sense. It's like our survival game in a way. Like you can go and just go in a straight line, go and explore, and you run into like quests. You can go into like caves and everything. The caves are really fun to explore, and like there's even a survival mode you can turn on where you could just like straight up make it a survival game, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I also put some mods on there. Like the one mod I especially really like is New Start. So like instead of doing that same starting thing for Skyrim, you go to this little statue. Like it puts you in this room at the beginning of the game. You make your character, and then you go to a statue and it asks you a few questions. How do you want to start the game? And that it gives me very D&D vibes. Like you can like be like, oh, I'm a traveler and I start in this area, or oh, I was left for dead in this one thing, and it literally puts you in different areas of the map, and it could be even the DLC areas, and that's where you start. And I think that's really freaking cool. I like that a lot. But yeah, I just wanted to go back and play it, just get some comparisons, and yeah, I mean, I could see why some people may not like Starfield after going back a little bit more, but I do think it was really fun going back in because I haven't played Skyrim in a while, and I still really enjoy it.
Yeah, I forgot one. I was thinking of a point when we were talking about Starfield, and the donut thing got me off track.
Yeah.
So, in terms of like what it's like to play Starfield, I'm gonna make a statement, and I don't really think it's controversial because I have backups reasons for that. Starfield, what are you looking for? There was a black cat that walked past your screen earlier. It freaked me out. That's not
Yeah,
a good omen.
it's Peter.
Yeah, my dog is just making a guest appearance too, but I don't know what she's looking
Yes.
at. She's looking at
Oh
some kind of
yeah.
ghost.
She looked right at you right when you turned around. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
So, Starfield is Xbox's Death Stranding. If you get it,
You know
you
what?
get it. If you
That
can,
makes sense.
if you can get into it and you can figure out what makes the game work and what's good about it, people love it. And like
That is
you could get into Death Stranding. I loved Death Stranding. I understood it. I
Yeah.
got what the game was talking to me about, and I loved the act of playing it. And Starfield is very much the same way. If you get it, you're gonna love it. If you don't, you're not gonna like it at all. So
Yeah.
and so that's in my opinion a very apt description of it. It's
That's a really good one, actually. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's Xbox's Starfield. Oh, sorry, it's
Yeah.
Xbox's Death Stranding.
Yeah.
If you understand it, you understand it. So, and I don't understand it. I mean, I do. I just don't. You can't play it. But anyway, yeah, Skyrim. I went back in. I was kind of like in this phase of like, oh, I want to prove my own opinions, right? So I went and played a bunch of other JRPGs. That's not right. I don't know why I said that. I played a bunch of other RPGs. I'll just go through the list: Skyrim, The Witcher 3, and Cyberpunk. Well, I played Cyberpunk for like 26
Well, yeah.
hours now, right? So
Yeah.
but I played Skyrim and The Witcher 3 again for comparison's sake. So I'm like, dude, did I forget what Skyrim was? I'm like, am I really just don't like Bethesda games anymore? I don't know. Maybe my opinions have changed or anything. No, I fucking love Skyrim. I played it for like 10 hours the first day I sat down to play it again. I absolutely adore Skyrim. And just simply because, dude, it's not just the freedom of exploration, the freedom of character progression, the freedom
Mhm.
of, just everything you can do. Like you said, it's a sandbox. You can literally just whatever. And
Yeah.
I know you can go wherever you want in Starfield. I get it. It just feels so much different than what it does to be free in Skyrim. Like,
Yeah.
you start blanketed, and if you want to be an archer, just shoot people with a bow. If you want to be a stealth,
Exactly.
if you want to be a stealth guy, be stealthy. If you
I
wanna,
mean, yeah. What if you
yeah.
want to be a bow with spell guy? Like
Yeah.
that's you can literally be that.
Just
I
do
actually
it.
totally love that about Skyrim. Like you, however you literally play the game molds you to be that type of character. You level up those things naturally, which that is one thing I really don't like about Starfield. I don't like that they changed it to some challenge thing. They should have just done what they did in Skyrim, where whatever you do in that area, that's what levels you up. Like, I guess it kind of is. It's just for some reason they had to describe it, and I almost wish they didn't tell you what you had to do to level up. Like, then it would have felt more natural.
Yeah.
But I guess it's to make it more easy for people to understand how to level up
Dude, and
each
also
thing.
like with Skyrim, because like you have your own individual character level, and then you have your skills or I guess talent based levels, and like it's this constant stream of like gratification. You know, you're always leveling up your one handed, or every time you get hit, you level up your
Mm-hmm.
armor or your body, and it's like this constant stream of gratification. It's what I love about modern Call of Duties. You know, you're leveling up this gun, you're leveling up this attachment, you get character levels, you unlock this stuff, and it's like this constant stream of endorphin rushes to your brain, and that's what makes it so enticing. Why do you look like you're struggling with life?
Oh, sorry. No, no, you're
It looked
good.
like
I'm
you
just
just
really hot now.
it looked like you just won't take it off, brother. I'm sure
No, I
there's
know. I know. You're good.
I'm sure
Keep
there's some
going.
people out there that would love it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just that's Skyrim's fucking incredible, dude. And oh, the hair though, hell yeah.
All right, you're getting the crazy hair,
All right, that's
everybody.
cool.
All right.
But yeah, man, it's again, I don't really want to say reinforce my opinions because my opinions are my opinions. I don't need any reinforcement from them. But yeah, I went back and played Skyrim. I'm like, yeah, this is my shit. This is what I play Bethesda games for. And like I said, you just walk, you ride a horse, you do whatever. You become a werewolf if you want to get around faster.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
always forget that you can do that. You can even be a vampire. Like, holy, dude, that is. I just don't get how Skyrim is the way it is. I don't know how they did it.
I mean, to be fair, no, vampire? What the hell? Vampire?
Wait, is that what I said?
No,
Oh
I
no, you
said
said
that.
that. Oh, okay.
No, werewolf, vampire, dragon rider, all that came in DLC and afterwards. So that doesn't count towards the actual game. Well, I guess it does
Oh,
count,
okay.
but you know, those are years of improvements over time, which is why I'm taking this kind of pullback from Starfield approach. I'm like, again, in a year, 2 years, maybe I play it and it is my favorite Bethesda game. Highly unlikely because Skyrim is molded my personality as a gamer. So, but who knows? I hope. I really hope. Like I said, I took the time with Cyberpunk. I went back to it years later, and I adore Cyberpunk. I fucking love it. We'll talk about it here shortly.
Yeah, no, dude. Oh man.
Dude, it is quickly climbing my list. It's not in the list that we're gonna present yet, but it is just ticking up that list. So.
Yeah. I'll talk about something real quick here.
You're good.
I played No Man's Sky because all the dumb comparisons I kept hearing online, which I always think is funny because everyone's like, "Oh man, No Man's Sky is so much better," and I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Oh, because you can take your ship and take it off the planet." I'm like, "Is that really the only reason?" Like, oh, because God of War, you could throw your axe. That makes it better than just about every other game. Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. So
The fact that you can steal a car in GTA and fuck a hooker, that game is better than every game.
okay, that is just factual. So
Okay. But I'm just saying, like, that is you're focusing on one aspect of the game and you're saying the other game is just better because of that reason. Like, I played No Man's Sky, so I'm gonna tell you right now, I have actually played it myself. I've been playing it with Amy a little bit, and people say that Starfield's worlds are empty, and I just find that so funny because I played No Man's Sky, and those are the most fucking empty worlds I've ever seen in my life. Even if you fly around the planet, so like one time I wanted to fly around the planet to see how many little things I could find if I go around the planet. Nothing. Actually, you know how people say that there's a lot of copy and paste in Starfield? Holy crap. Talk about copy and paste. That's all freaking No Man's Sky is. But it's just so dumb, like the comparisons, because like No Man's Sky also is a completely different type of game compared to Starfield. Starfield is an RPG. Some people, for some reason, don't think it's an RPG. A role-playing game that is literally what Starfield is.
Yeah,
It
there's like
is
no
a role.
quest in No Man's Sky. So
Yeah.
it's
There
not like-
are better RPGs. Yes, Baldur's Gate is a better RPG. Yes, but it is a RPG. That is the definition. I even looked it up just to prove this guy wrong on YouTube comments. He's like, "You're just wrong. You're just wrong." And I'm like, "Dude, shut the fuck up. Like, look it up, dude." I even gave him the definition. He's like, "That's not true." And I'm like, "Yes, it is. Like, that's what it is. It's an RPG." So yeah, it's just really dumb. And I just think I'm not hating on No Man's Sky. I understand what No Man's Sky is, and that it is good at what it does. It is a space exploration game with some survival aspects to it, and it's just that. Like, it's not an RPG. It doesn't have a good story at all. Like, if people want to tell me that it has a good story, please. You have a very low tier of storytelling then, I guess. You really like some low tier stuff, because that is like basically none story. Like, there's nothing to it. And that's fine. I'm not saying No Man's Sky is a bad game for that, but it's just dumb to compare them because they're completely different games. Or when people say Star Citizen is better, I'm like, Star Citizen isn't even out right now. So shut the fuck up. Like, if I remember right, if we're gonna do comparisons, at least No Man's Sky and Starfield are actually released games, unlike Star Citizen. So yeah, again, just don't make dumb comparisons, people.
The best comparison to Starfield is the original Mass Effect.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Because even in Mass Effect 2 and 3, you couldn't like land on any planet. In the original Mass Effect, you could, as long as it wasn't.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Which I did think that was kind of cool in Mass Effect 1. I did kind of like that a little bit. So yeah, it's a good comparison, actually. Yeah. So
I think Mass Effect 1's better,
I just people stop making dumb comparisons. Like, it's like it's the same thing about like when everyone compares every open world game like that is like semi-modern with cars as GTA, when sometimes it could be different. Like, I don't know. So okay, that's my little rant. Where do you want to go to next?
I jumped on The Witcher 3. Another one of my RPG things. Yeah, I actually started. I told myself I'm gonna do a platinum run. Did not have enough time to do that platinum run.
Yeah.
Because you got to start it on Death March. You got to play really, really slow and really strategic. I am enjoying it. It's really fun. It makes you really look at like character building and upgrade, because it's so limited. Like, you can't just do whatever you want. You can't unlock everything. You have to unlock certain things. So I don't know. Maybe I'm like 9 or so hours in. And from what I've heard, if you can get past the first 20 hours of Deathmatch, like I'm talking about like difficulty stakes, the rest of the game becomes easy once you start getting the build together. So, and then you just gotta essentially do absolutely fucking everything the game has to offer. So, which is a lot. But yeah, man, The Witcher 3 is awesome. But I do have so this is gonna be a very controversial statement. Playing The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk back to back, they're starting to become a lot closer together. Was your house falling apart?
Oh no, sorry, keep going.
Okay, yeah.
I just heard something like water. So that's why I was like, what the heck?
Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 are starting to become a lot closer in terms of their quality gap. And I never would have thought I can hear myself because you have your headphones off. There you go. There you go.
Sorry, my bad.
There you good. Yeah, man. I mean, and that's not taking anything away from The Witcher 3 at all. That's actually giving a whole bunch to Cyberpunk 2077. It's amazing where we started and where we're at with that game.
What was Cyberpunk?
Yeah, no forgiveness here.
No,
where it started was atrocious, but where it is, we'll talk about
where
it.
it is now. Yeah, I've been trying to.
We're building.
God, I can't wait till we talk about it.
Yeah, The Witcher 3 is still a great game. It is difficult. I want you to go back and replay it on Deathmatch, because it is like Souls Witcher.
Really?
It's good. It's not that hard, but like, dude, I ran into a freaking drowner. I died in 2 hits. I was like, cool. I was like, awesome. So it really
that sounds like basically Elden Ring at that point.
you have to play it so methodically, which is not how I ever played The Witcher. I just fucking ran everywhere and jumped off my horse and did swords attack. I didn't care. But this one it's a way more methodical playthrough. I think I'm just gonna come back to it every now and then, put another couple hours into it, and maybe eventually in 10 years I'll get that platinum trophy. So who the hell knows? And then let's see, Andrew was over and I checked out Forza Horizon 5 for a couple hours. We played some. I did the whole cloud thing I showed you on Snapchat with my computer hooked up to the TV. Works surprisingly well. Okay, granted, I have very quick internet, so
that's fair.
Yeah, it worked great. There was very little latency at all to be had. And yeah, I was really surprised. Peyton was playing it. She told me to give her the slowest car that was in the game, so I did. That was very boring to watch, but she's also about your quality in terms of racing ability, not very high. Doesn't know how to take a corner at all or anything like that.
Yeah.
What am I looking at here? Whose dog is this?
His mom's.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He's adorable.
He was on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
His name is Jackie Chan. Yeah, Logan had him up on his lap on the podcast.
That's
So.
adorable.
Yeah. Or her. I'm guessing it's he. His name.
It was a he. Yeah, he. Yeah, yeah.
Be a weird name for a girl, but yeah, cute.
Jackie's a girl name.
Jackie. It's kind of a girl's name.
Yeah, but Jackie Chan's a guy.
Yeah, but Jackie Chan is a dude. It's a real life dude. Anyway, get out of here.
Okay. All right.
Ow, shit.
Oh, jeez.
Was a dog toy I got thrown at, but where the hell was I even at? Yeah, Forza.
You're talking about for yeah.
Yeah. Peyton's not good at racing games. Neither are you. That's fair.
Yeah,
She doesn't understand the simple act of coming into a corner high, entering low, exiting high. It's not that fucking difficult. It's just geometry, guys. Come on now.
I try, dude. I don't get it. I let go of the gas, right? And then you take the corner, or like, I don't know if you're supposed to brake. I don't know.
Yes, you're supposed to brake in a racing game. Yes.
Yeah, well, I know
eventually.
you're
You don't always have
yeah.
to, but you're supposed to at certain points. in
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I'll teach you how to take corners eventually. But yeah, that game it's awesome. I was showing Andrew the PC and how it plays. By the way, with the new graphics card, I'll get to all the stuff I done on the PC. Dude, I can play that game max everything, 1440p, even max. I had max 16-time MSAA cranked to the brim plus 60. I'm like, let's fucking go.
On what game?
Forza.
Oh, Forza. Yeah.
How Starfield doesn't run at plus 60 on the same computer, I don't know. That's not my decision to make. So,
Yeah.
oh, before we transition, I do want to say, Todd Howard, I think you're one of the most influential video game producers of all time, but your statement pissed me off to no end.
What was that?
Do you know what he said?
Oh, about you need a better PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dickhead. Like someone was literally like, why didn't you optimize it a little better? Because like it doesn't run that well on not fantastic hardware. That's a simple fact, and it doesn't look good enough to justify that. He was like, oh, we did. This is a next gen game. I'm like, all right, I'm playing Cyberpunk. It's not a next gen game, all right.
Yeah.
But anyway, fuck Todd Howard. I'm really mad at him for that statement. That's a rough statement to make, man. Dude, can you imagine if Jim Ryan would have made that statement? Whoo!
You need a better PlayStation.
yeah. Well, make one first of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Forza's great. I love Forza. I still think Forza Horizon 4 is better than 5, which is, I guess, a controversial opinion. But yeah, I'm excited for Motorsport. I'm going to be hopping in a couple days now. I'm going to check it out and see what's going on. So, all right.
Oh yeah, it comes out in 2 days. Yeah.
Yep, 10th. I've been talking for a while. Where do you want to go next? Oh, I finally got around to beating Horizon Call of the Mountain. Finally, after 8 months of having the game.
Oh yeah, that's a VR game. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And it looks beautiful. And man, it is a gorgeous VR game. Yeah. Boring as fuck to play.
Yeah, that game.
It can get really cool.
So boring.
It can get really cool, the combat, and like the simple act of like climbing and finding your way around. That's engaging, but doing that for 10 hours, a little boring.
Yeah.
And like it does get better. You have swinging stuff and all. It advances. And I'll tell you what. I fought what are their names? The big bad T-Rex dinosaur. Why can't I remember his name?
I couldn't tell you. You have more knowledge of that game than I do.
I do, and my knowledge is failing me. All right, hold on. Una memento, Horizon.
Something-asaur, Tyrannosaur.
Oh, well, thank you for that fucking breath of information. Gaia's machines. Sure, let's go with that. Here we go.
Machinosaur.
Now, you know what? That's actually really close. Yeah. It's not, by the way.
Oh. Damn.
Thunderjaw.
Oh, yeah.
Thunderjaw, yeah. The T-Rex looking one.
Yeah.
I've never been so bored in a fight with a Thunderjaw ever before.
Really?
Because the way the combat's laid out, dude, is you can't move freely in it, which makes sense.
Yeah, you just go in a circle, right?
Yeah.
You just go like...
You go in a circle,
whatever.
but this Thunderjaw had so much health, I went in a circle for 10 minutes and just kept doing this. Just firing arrows at the sky. I died a couple times, but then I realized there's actually this whole ballista you can climb up and shoot them, which made it way easier. Didn't know that. So, but yeah, it's an okay game. I would give it, I don't know, high C, low B. It's fine. It's very beautiful. One of the best looking VR games I've ever played in my life. It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous, but yeah. And then I played some Beat Saber. All right, why don't you talk about something?
Okay, well,
we're not going to Cyberpunk yet. Skip it. We'll come back.
No, we
to it.
won't. We're going to go to Futurama for me.
That's not a
so, I know, but it's a show, and yeah, I'm just very happy to see it back, which is just so
Oh
funny.
yeah, I forgot the new season came.
Yeah,
out.
the new season. Yeah, it's still going on. I have a few episodes I need to watch, but I watched I think episode 1 through 6, and there are definitely some episodes that weren't as good. I think the second episode's really bad. I do not like the second episode. It's not like it's just really boring. It also it felt like it was taking itself a little too serious, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't seem like Futurama. But every other episode has been really good so far, and I love it. I'm happy it's back. I just think it's so funny because Futurama has a weird history of just canceled, coming back, canceled, come back, and it just keeps going over and over and over again. But it's great. If you like Futurama, go on Hulu and watch it. It's great. Like, I really, really, really like it. I especially love that they got all the voice actors back. For a while there, they didn't think they were able to get I always forget his name, John, but I don't know. He's the voice actor of Bender, also same voice actor for Marcus Phoenix, by the way. But originally he wasn't gonna be in it because they were kind of trying to cheap out on his deal to get in the show. But I think I think after some people in the
John
community were like,
DiMaggio?
yes, yeah. I'm happy they got him because at first they were gonna have to replace him because they didn't do a good enough deal to get him in. But I guess they upped the deal a little bit, and he is now in the show. So I'm very happy that they got every one of the voice actors back, and it is just awesome. It's so good. I love Futurama. It's like one of my favorite animated comedy shows out there, and it's fantastic.
Holy
I love it.
shit! This guy has 446 credits to his name.
Oh, I bet.
He voices so many.
And he's Marcus Phoenix as well.
I was like, what the
So-
hell is that noise? Yeah, Futurama, Teen Titans Go, Adventure Time, Disenchant, Justice League, Skull Island, Transformers: Rise of the Beast. He was in there. What a shit movie. He was also in the Super Mario Brothers. He was Uncle Arthur. I don't remember that character.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, that's a shit man. Dude's busy. He's working.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
you liked it, I'm guessing. That's good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Never-
if
I've
you
ne-
like Futurama, go watch it, man. It's great.
Never been a Futurama guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not really. I watched it, sparsely on Adult Swim and all that when I was up late at night, but I never really got into like the beat to beat. Same with Rick and Morty. I think Rick and Morty is hilarious, but I've never actually
Yeah.
watched like beat to beat to beat. So,
Huh.
all right, where do I want to go next? Oh, before we get into Cyberpunk, let me shout out Immortals of Aveum. I beat it. I think it's a travesty with kind of what happened in this game. Its review score is fine. It's not a 72. That's a respectable review score. I'm cool with calling it a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10. But it's sold like honestly nothing. They haven't announced it yet, but the best numbers I can get is it's sold somewhere in the range of 100,000 to 500,000 units, which is fucking paltry.
Yeah.
And it is a significantly better game than that. Is it a great game? No. The
I
writing.
think it's just the optimization too for this game is fucking awful. Like you want to talk about Starfield, dude? Avium is rough. Like rough. You could change it to the lowest settings. It's still gonna run like shit. Dude, even at the most top end cards out there, barely run it at 60. Barely. Yeah, it's bad.
I buy it on
Like,
PlayStation.
I think that game is actually actively badly optimized.
I don't know. I didn't feel it. I mean, I felt it chugging a little bit. But you know what they say. When you have the FPS numbers in front of you, they mean a lot more than if you don't. So,
Yeah.
And I don't have them in front of me when I play on PlayStation. So who knows? But I think just in terms of general, like, it does not deserve the hate that it's getting. Like I said, especially if you if you like more like modern Marvel writing, which I'm not a big fan of, but if you do like it, if you like the way the new movies and TV shows are written and all that, you're really gonna like this because it's
Yeah.
got that, oh, I say something and then I look at the camera, I'm like, oh, he's standing right behind me, isn't he? And he turns around, the character's right there. It's got that cheesy Josh Whedon written
Yeah.
stuff, and if you like that stuff, you're gonna love the story a lot more than I did. I didn't vibe with the story too much, and said the writing, in my opinion, is kind of crap. But the lore of the game is awesome, dude. The world that they
Yeah.
set up in this, so cool with the Everwar and all these different things and the factions and even the villains really well done. They're really good. One thing I want to do maybe off stream here. There's this list of the 25 best superhero villains from IGN. It's one of the worst lists I've ever seen in my life, dude. It's fucking terrible. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, meds. If you like first-person shooters out there, and especially if you like Magic first-person shooters, which there's not a lot of, this is a fun 15-hour game. It's it's super approachable. It's not that long, maybe 15 to 20 hours. And I think for me, this was very enjoyable. The combat's fun. It's customizable enough in terms of like there's 3 different kinds of magic fire for each of the 3 different kinds of colors of style.
Yeah.
Best I gotta say, red's your shotgun, and there's 3 different like kinds of that. Blue is kind of like your long range assault rifle or sniper. And then green is your pistol, your SMG pistol builds. So, and each one of those is 3 different type of fires. Like some of them do tracking, another one slows down time. One of the blue ones is like this rapid fire, like long range. So it's customizable enough for the 15 or 20 hours that it's not overly customizable. I know you were really scared of the gear system. The gear system's not in your face. It is there.
Yeah.
You can upgrade stuff, but pretty much you just look at the perks and you make sure it's the best number. You don't even have to engage with it that much. But I did engage with it enough that I made sure I had a pretty darn good build. But overall, I think this is at worst a good game. And same thing I feel like Starfield. It's like at worst a good game. I was just able to not have to play it for 50 hours to get into it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think especially now, is it worth $70? Fuck no. But is it worth, I don't know, 40 or so when it gets to it? Absolutely. I even think you would enjoy it because it is a first-person shooter and it plays really well.
I want to get it down the line, but it's definitely got to be very low, down on the price. Especially now that I guess I could jump into this real quick. That they added FSR 3 to it, which actually very much excites me because, by the way, well, I'll get more into it, I guess, later, or I can do it right now. But basically, I messed with FSR 3, which released, I think, last week. Or the week before that.
I don't have a game that runs it, so.
Yeah, actually, I have 2 cool things about this. Sorry, we're going a little off topic. Do you have your final thoughts on Avium, and then I could jump into this real quick? Okay.
Final thoughts. It's a pretty darn good first-person shooter for $40. There you go. Final thoughts.
Yep. Okay. So I did mess with FSR 3 this week. And also another thing that is really fucking cool that some people don't like, I really like. I've tested it on a few games, and that is first thing first. Well, let's start with FSR 3. Let's get that out of the way. So FSR 3 came out, and the new thing with FSR 3 is their frame generation. And it's not for everyone, but I have tested it myself. And the only 2 games right now that has it is Aveum and Broken. Well, the good thing is if you want to try it out, you can actually download Broken's demo just to try out the frame generation. So that's what I did. I tried out Broken. I downloaded it. I made everything max settings and I turn on, and dude, frame generation is pretty fucking cool. I gotta say, it actually does do some really interesting stuff. I'm very excited for them to add it to Cyberpunk and that, because they have a list of games that's gonna be coming out with, and Cyberpunk is one I really wanted to come out with, so I can use it on there, because I would probably go back and play more Cyberpunk just because. And actually, it'd be even cool because the thing is, FSR 3 is also part of consoles, so that means some of those games that are 60 FPS, they could double that up with that frame generation, which I kind of hope they do that a lot more now. That means there actually will technically be a lot more games running at 120 FPS. I know it's not technically literally 120 FPS. It just more makes it look a lot more smoother and everything. But I can even tell the difference sometimes when I'm messing with it. It feels better. I don't know how to describe it. You got to really try it out yourself to understand it. But yeah, I tried it on for broken, and I thought it was really cool. I mean, it actually wasn't as broken because it actually ran in very smooth and it felt good. I didn't notice any problems with it. I guess a lot of people said I'm gonna stop saying it. Forspokens, they said that implementation was really bad, but I was pretty impressed with it. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the same eye other people do. I thought it was working very well, but maybe other people's computers are different. I don't know. But basically, I did that. But I think the most exciting thing is this preview driver that came out for the 7000 series. But also, I also want to say, I think it was either yesterday or today, they actually released a new preview driver, which actually you can download, Mike, and you could try it out yourself. It adds fluid motion frames to now the 6000 and 7000 series AMD GPUs, which is, by the way, do it because it's awesome, man. Fluid motion frames is really, really cool. It has some problems. In some games, it doesn't work super well with, but I've tested it in a few games. I've tested it in Starfield. I've tested it in Cyberpunk. I tested it in Red Dead, Witcher 3, and I actually even tried it in Elden Ring. And so basically, oh man, I'm dark right now. What the heck? I don't know what I just did. Oh, you know what? Okay, whatever. So basically, I tested it in Starfield, and basically what fluid motion frames is it basically is that frame generation that you get with FSR3, but you can use it on literally any DX11 or DX12 game out there. Fucking awesome, dude. Like, I'm telling you, this shit's awesome. Obviously, it's a preview driver, so there are some hiccups. It isn't perfect, but so far from what I could tell, it works very well right now. I've used it again. I use it in Starfield, and dude, oh my god, like it makes a huge difference to that game. Like if you want to talk about your performance being bad, try fluid motion frames, dude. It really makes the game feel so much better. And it actually works very well in that game. I actually had any problems. So the problem with fluid motion frames compared to FSR3, because people are like, okay, well then why can't just every game they just do that? It's so much easier. The problem with fluid motion frames is the fact that when you move your like camera around too quickly or things get too complicated, it shuts itself off. So then it will go back to your natural frame rate and it won't be generating frames anymore. And it only happens when it's like really, really like if you're moving your camera excessively fast, you know. But what? What? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. But basically,
Didn't hear
so
him, so it's all good.
okay, good. So okay, now he pushed me off track. So yeah, basically, fluid motion frames is basically frame generation, and it works with any DX11 or DX12 game. It works extremely well on a lot of games, like especially Witcher 3, dude. I can max it out, put ray tracing to the max, and I'm getting like 100 FPS, which is fucking awesome, dude. It's so good. If you are willing to download preview drivers, that's up to you. Some people don't like to do that, but it's really cool, and I actually really love it, and I hope it only gets better. The only other problem it has is you can't use HDR while using it too for some reason. So you can't use HDR. And also, it seems to work best with like third-person games. It does still work, like in Cyberpunk, it does still work pretty well. But if you start to like move your camera too quickly, again, it shuts itself off and it goes to the natural frame rate. And you could test it by just moving your camera super fast; it just turns it off. But if you move it like if you're using a controller, you won't actually have that problem happen that much. Like I play on controller mostly, so that's why I really like it. But yeah, I've used it in a bunch of games. I even use it in Elden Ring. The cool thing about it is Elden Ring has a cap. You can't go above 60 FPS, no matter what. No how good a PC you have, no nothing. It's always 60 FPS. But with fluid motion frames, it can generate past that. So you can play Elden Ring at 120 FPS now, which is fucking cool. I liked even like for example, if you play Skyrim, which also has a 60 FPS cap, no matter what, you can turn on frame generation and it brings it up to 120 FPS. That's very cool. So yeah, I'm very impressed with that. I'm really happy. They did come out with a preview driver, so I could test it out early. And yeah, dude, it's awesome. Obviously, do not use frame generation. Isn't good for like competitive games. You should not use it with Call of Duty. You should not use it with that because trust me, it's only going to make life more difficult for you. It doesn't. It's not like that, but it does work very well for like single player games, and it's really cool. Again, I like it a lot. If you ever want to download it, Mike, you should because now you can test it with the 6000 series, which I think is really good.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're bringing it out to different GPUs because at first it was only 7000 series, which did really suck. But now it's on the 6000 series as well, and that's awesome. You should try it out. Very cool. Test it out on a few games. Again, I think Starfield, Cyberpunk was pretty good. Red Dead was pretty good as well. But Witcher 3 really impressed me. I think actually probably that was the most impressive one for me. Actually, Witcher 3 and Starfield were probably the most impressive ones because it made those games feel unbelievably smooth, and I can max out everything, and it was awesome. So yeah.
You're saying Starfield wrong.
Oh yeah.
Starfucked.
No, Starfucked.
We got 4 broken and Starfucked. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Do I need to mention Sea of Stars? No, whatever. I was excited about it.
Was it good?
I've only put like 5 hours into it. I got distracted by Cyberpunk and other stuff. But yes, if you like old school JRPGs like Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, yes, it's fantastic. You will probably never play this game, but
No.
For the people like me out there who really like it, I can't wait to get back into it. It's just this year's stupid, dude. This year is the most ridiculous year I've ever been a part of. But I think it's time we stop feeding around the bush here. All right, it's time to talk Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, and Update 2.0. And we've kind of been sporadically hinting on it. Logan, this is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
This is so far beyond just a simple upgrade system and how you build a character is.
Yeah. Dude, it just like it makes me sad that I beat it already because I really want to go through it again and beat the game now that it has the new 2.0 update because man, like this 2.0 update, I keep telling everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know, like Cyberpunk wasn't great when I last played it." But I'm like, "Trust me, just give it another try because I'm telling you right now, 2.0 is great. Fucking awesome, dude. I love it.
I do want to preface no forgiveness on this show.
Oh,
Cyberpunk is one of the worst disaster launches of all time. And when I got around to playing, it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. But no forgiveness for how it came out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's still really shitty. They're still gonna have that stain on them, and even till their next game, like they have, just because they made a great new DLC and everything, that's fantastic. But they have a lot weighing on them in the future. Like I don't think they're gonna ever have the same trust that they did before. So, but let's just talk about present day. Past, not great, and I'm not gonna forgive them for it, but I can recognize that this is an amazing new update. And it literally is, as most people have said already, a game changer. It literally, it's kind of funny because it changed the game. And it is awesome. Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
I've never had, like, dude, everything, just everything. Like, it feels so good, dude. Like, my build right now, I basically made myself into David from Edge Runners. That's kind of my build right now. I have like I beefed my guy up to do a lot of like slow motion, dude. And all I do is this is literally what I do. I bust through the door, I turn on St. Davidson, and I just run around with the fucking katana, just cutting everyone's head off. And I'm like, dude, it feels so good. Like I feel so badass, dude, when I get into fights.
Me and you have like the same build. Question: what Sandevistan do you have? Because I have the best one. I have the Apakaji.
I don't know if I have that one. I want to get the better one, but I got one that I bought. So in Dogtown, I bought like a legendary one. But I don't think I have. Is it an iconic?
Yeah.
Yes, I need to get the iconic one.
Let me tell you what, man. This thing, it not only slows time down by 85%, which is the highest percentage in the game, Also, every kill you
Also,
get.
wait, by the way, I think your voice wasn't going through there. Either that or I had a bit of a lag.
Is it going through now?
Yeah, but it was weird. It almost seemed like it wasn't picking up your voice for a
No.
second there.
Well, whatever. It's ugly voice anyway. But anywho, it not only slows down time by 85%, which is the highest percentage of the game. Also, every kill you get while it's activated recharges the recharge
That's
time,
sick.
or
Yeah.
it quickens the recharge time by I think like 10%. So if you kill 5 guys when it's on, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, my build is the Sandevistan slowdown, but I spec a lot into body as well. So I have like pistols that I shoot from the hip, and then my mantis blades and everything like that. And I just
Yeah, yeah.
headshot, pull out the blades, clean up. Yeah, let's see. I have 20 in body, 20 in technical. No, 20 in cool, because that's how you get like
Yes, yeah,
the
yeah.
pistol stuff, and then 20 in what the fuck is the top one? God damn it! It's not electric. It's not technology. It's reflexes.
Yes, reflex.
And
Yeah, I have
reflexes.
20 in I have 20 in reflex, 20 in technical, and because technical isn't. Wait, I get mixed up. There's one for hacking, which I forgot what that one was.
Intelligence.
Oh, so I didn't do intelligence.
Yeah, I have 3 in intelligence.
Because if you get the, which by the way, if you get the St. Davistan, you can't even use the hacks
Yeah.
anymore. So yeah, you might as well just not even use intelligence at that point. But yeah, I got 20. Well, the problem is because this was a old save and it moved me forward, I sadly do have a lot in intelligence, which really sucks.
Well, see,
Like I have 10 in intelligence, so
yeah, I still had my reset because you're only allowed to reset once. So I still
Yeah.
had my reset available for my original playthrough.
which actually I think I can. I haven't done a reset yet,
Perfect,
so I
yeah.
probably should. Yeah.
because I got 20 in body, 20 in reflex, 20 in cool, 18 in tech, and 3 in intelligence. I don't have a single one in there. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
use it, so
I need to max out cool because that was one thing I wanted to do, but I'm at like at least 12 to 13 on cool. But yeah,
did you get the
just the
errata?
whole what is it?
Did you get the errata yet?
What's that?
The thermal blade.
I bought. I don't know if that's what it was. I bought one at a Ripper dock. I bought like a thermal blade, but I don't know. Is
the
it
actual
again
katana.
iconic? I didn't get the iconic one.
The actual katana thermal blade. So it's called the
There's a
errata.
Camo. Really?
Yeah, so you can get it from
Oh.
2 places. You can buy it from the black market in Dogtown, or you can get it
Yeah.
from a side quest when you went into the Electric Corp with Takimura. When you went through the Electric Corp with Takimura, when you go down through that big ass freaking like anyway, it's called the Electric Corp. And you can get it from the furnace there. I didn't get it from the furnace because in update 2.01 they were supposed to make it so the skill check wasn't 20 out of 20 on tech,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to set it to 3. It's still 20 on mine, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. So I just went and
Yeah,
bought
that's
it.
weird.
I just went and bought it because I had $2.4 million. So I was like, I don't care.
Jesus.
Dude,
Damn.
I pick up everything. Well, because I'm going for the platinum too, and you have to buy all the cars, which is super expensive.
Yeah.
So I have all the cars now. So, but now I'm just breaking everything down so I can upgrade everything to a tier 5++. So
Yeah. Plus. Yeah.
yeah, but dude, man, that Sandevistan build, it's OP as
So
fuck,
much.
dude.
Yeah, it is, but it's so much fun too.
And
Oh.
I have so much of my cyberware like down. What's your armor rating? Because mine's 1200.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know, to be honest.
Dude, there was one time I was standing there against this boss character, this gig I just did, and I stood there and let him shoot me for like 30 seconds, and I looked up, and my health went from 567 at its max. It was at like 320 something. I was like, oh, cool. So I don't take damage, so I don't give a shit. I just run around, jump. But man, what a fucking video game. What an update. And I do want to go back and play it and make like a hack build, like which
Yes,
is full
I know.
intelligence. Yeah.
Because the new hacking thing now, you can have multi layers
You can
of
queue 'em,
hacks,
yeah.
which is super cool. Yeah, and I love that. Like, yeah, I do want to go back and then get like a monowire build too, because dude, monowire is so much fun to mess with too. I used that before the 2.0 update, and I really love the monowire. Which, by the way, I especially love that they added executions now. It's so fucking cool, man. Especially just again, I love the katana
Finishers,
build.
yeah.
I've always liked the katana even before 2.0, but man, 2.0 just makes the katana even more fucking badass, dude. I
Question:
love it.
have you spec'd into throwing weapons at all? Because if not, you need to. They
Well, I
are
wanted to, but yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Oh, I know. I've seen a bunch of memes about it.
Oh, dude. Like I said, I have pistols, throwing knives, and I don't have a katana equipped right now because I just use my mantis blades. But, dude, if you get a crit, which a headshot is always a crit, and if you have Sand
Yeah.
Devastin, you can just get headshots because it's slowed down so much.
Yes, yeah.
And there's a perk that allows it to ultimately, like, instantly recall. So literally, I just walk into a room, throw a knife, throw a knife, throw a knife, throw a knife,
Yeah.
pistol, boom, 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 done. Nothing. It's so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
I love this video game so much.
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
It's so fun to play.
just the skill tree is so much better now, dude, because the skill tree in the previous thing was just so and everything was just dumb. Like it was like 5% bonus this,
But
5% bonus
it
that.
was
Like
literally
it was just
everywhere. It was so just
yeah.
sporadically spread out. Like if you
Yeah, but
wanted to
now
do,
it's condensed and it's a lot better because everything you upgrade actually does something. It's great. Like it's so good. I also like that they took all the armor ratings off the clothes. Thank fucking God,
Yeah,
dude. I
so-
hated that.
I
But I
wear
mean,
what I
they
wanna
already
wear
kind of
now.
fixed that. Yeah, well, at least they kind of already fixed that. But now, like, yeah, now it's just straight up like if you wear armor, it gives you armor rating. But if you wear a brawl, it's not going to give you an armor.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I love that. Like, God, I hated that so much. But also, by the way, you don't have to hold on to your clothes. I hope you've been removing those because those just go to your wardrobe. And you can go to your wardrobe at any moment and actually change your
Oh yeah, I
outfit.
put them straight into my stash. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because like, you don't even have to do that. You can literally sell those clothes, and it will automatically go to your wardrobe anyways.
Really?
You don't have to keep them. No,
Oh.
you don't have to keep any of that. I literally just either do it for materials or sell the clothes. They always go into your wardrobe no matter
Oh,
what.
I didn't know
So
that.
that's
No,
cool.
I didn't.
Yeah. But yeah. That's yeah. I just love that so much. I love that. There's one thing though that I think is kind of weird. Everyone said that there's a new animation for the Ripper Doc when you get stuff done.
It's not.
I've literally not
No.
seen that a single time. So either my game's broken and it just never happens for me, or people are lying because I've literally I think I saw it one time, but I don't know because like it really just never happened. So I don't know
I
what
will
they're
say
talking about.
it's not perfect. In my 26 or so, well, let's see, it was 66 hours when I started it back up. I'm at 96, so 30 hours.
Yeah.
With update 2.0 and Phantom Liberty, it's hard crashed 3 times on me. So
Really?
yeah, it's not perfect, and it's always at
Huh.
random spots. Like when I'm just, I think every single time it's been when I've been running to my vehicle and I go like press square to get into the vehicle and just hard crashes.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that. And there are some things are kind of slow to activate, like when you complete a quest or something like that. It's sometimes it's a little slow. Like I drive away and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll just go do something else, whatever. And then like in the middle of that thing, it's like, oh, job completed. I was like, thanks, appreciate it. One thing that was cool though is they fixed with update 2.01. They put out an update that fixed the achievements. And if you
Yeah.
had done stuff in the game and hadn't got the achievement for it, it activated. And while it worked mostly for mine, it gave me an achievement that I did not do. And I was like, well,
Really?
let's go. And it was one of the ending achievements too, so I don't even have to go back and do one of the endings.
Really?
Yeah, it was the ending for well, real quick, spoiler alert for Cyberpunk. It was the ending for letting Johnny keep your body, which I did not do.
Oh, yeah.
So it unlocked temperance for me, and I was like,
Which, by the way, you could easily do all those in like one fell swoop because when
Oh,
you get
yeah.
to the final mission, it has a save right there. So you just gotta
Yeah.
go in, do it. I've done all the original ones, and now I did one of the new DLC's endings,
See,
which, by the way, fucking
I
great.
haven't actually, dude. I've been doing so much random shit and working on that platinum. I haven't even finished Phantom Liberty.
Dude, Phantom Liberty is fucking awesome.
Like
I
I'm
loved it.
I'm most of the way through the story. Well, I guess not really, because Hanson. I know Hanson dies. I got that spoiled for me. But Hanson's still. I'm going to the meet with Hanson after you take those
Yeah.
twins things.
I want to say a joke about the ending, but I don't. I'll probably spoil it. So, but yeah, it's good. There's 2 different ones you can get from the DLC, depending on your choices.
And then it changes.
Because I
It adds
watched.
endings at the end of the game, right?
Yeah, so like instead of going to Hanako, where you usually get your final mission to beat the game, you will instead have a separate mission to get a new ending and everything. But yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it. There's only two of them. I watched the other one because I'm not gonna go through the entire game again just to get to that ending because for some reason it doesn't save right where you need to be. It doesn't save to an area because the decision you make isn't in that mission like the Hanako one. It's actually a little bit before that on a different mission. So like I don't want to go through and beat the entire game again just to see the other ending. So I
Yeah.
just looked it up on YouTube to see what the other ending was, and both of them are really cool. I think one of them
One
is definitely better, and I think I picked the better one. But yeah,
one thing that's annoying, and this is my fault, but I do have to play it if I want to get the platinum. I do have to play through the whole thing again because I didn't save Takamura, and it's
yeah, I didn't either.
I don't have a save.
Well, actually,
what?
you know what's funny? Okay, I didn't save Takamura, but when I played and beat the new DLC, and you know like how like it's going through the credits and it has people pop up and say something, Takamura popped up and he's like, "Hey, V," and I'm like, "Wait, you're dead."
Yeah, what are you doing there, man?
I literally talked to someone on one of the missions, and my character literally said, "Oh yeah, he died." And he did die for me, but he didn't die, I guess. I don't know what happened there. That was hilarious. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Which is actually really cool, like emergent gameplay. I didn't realize like you could wrap back around and like pick them up.
Yeah, in my
you
second
just leave.
playthrough with my other character, I actually went back because I didn't know you could do that either. Because I thought maybe he was gonna be like it was gonna have a little thing pop up to save him,
Yeah.
but no, like it doesn't. I do think that's cool though.
Yeah, but man, I don't have a whole lot of deep thoughts other than the game is way better than it was when I first played it, and I already thought it was really good because I played it last year, if you remember. So
Yeah.
I always thought it was in a great state from there. It still kind of feels like it's being held together by like paper and tape. Like it's still,
Yeah.
it still feels like it's gonna fall apart at any time, but it definitely. I mean, it runs at like a perfect 60 on PlayStation, so I don't know what it runs on your PC on. So
It runs very well, but man, Dogtown, holy
Dogtown's
shit, dude,
rough.
that tears your game up. Dude, I can go so like let's say I'm outside of Dogtown. I get a solid like I could probably get like 100 FPS, 120, you know? I go into Dogtown, 50. Just boom, dropped. Like immediately. You go into Dogtown, it just plummets your FPS immediately. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like I think Dogtown looks good, but is it really that good? Like I didn't think it was like that much more detailed than the other areas, and
think
it's
what
just like
they-
insane.
yeah, it's all the particle effects from the fire, and it's a lot more people
Yeah.
now with the new update. So they
It was just insane, man.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it almost seems like the new updated specs they had on PC are specifically just for Dogtown, like not even for the outside area. Because the outside area it runs just the same as it did before 2.0, but as soon as I go into Dogtown, it just boom, instant freaking drops, and I'm like, holy crap.
yeah. They made
Jeez.
everything they added, dude. The new skill tree, the way that clothing now works, the way that the upgrades work, the way the gameplay. It's simply an amazing video game. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
an amazing video game.
And it's really really fun. And I already kind of like Cyberpunk before, but man, now I almost kind of really wish I didn't play the game until 2.0 because man, it's so much better now. I mean, also just that the world now, there's actually cops. They actually drive around. There's actually like you'll see car chases and cops chasing people. It feels a little bit more alive than it
Yeah.
did before.
I
And it's
will
not
say-
just cops don't just spawn on you. It's not like
Yeah.
that. Ugh.
I will say, if you don't have a weaponized vehicle, the shooting with your gun outside of a weapon sucks. It's not fun to do. Like,
It's a little hard, yeah.
Normally, what I do when I go and pick up those cars and people chase me, I just stop, get out the car, kill them, and get back in the car and go. I don't
Yeah.
even try. I tried once, and my car, I delivered it like it was essentially like half of what it was. There was no hood, no trunk, everything was smushed. I do like that they added like a lot of more physical damage to the cars.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. But yeah, man, what a fucking incredible update, an incredible video game, a fantastic DLC. Can we just take a moment of silence for just the first 2 hours of Phantom Liberty, like the whole crash and everything? What a fucking thrill ride of an opening to a DLC.
Yes.
Holy shit, dude!
It
felt
only
like
gets better too, man.
Oh, I'm pretty far into it. Like I said, I'm not done with it yet, but
Where are you at right now?
so I'm going to the meet with Hanson after the casino. I'm a little over halfway through it. If I pay people already.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but you're getting pretty close to the
Yeah.
end then, honestly.
I'm pretty far into it. Songbird's hot, although I still feel like she's
Yes.
blowing smoke up my ass. So I had this really cool dance scene with Alex. Cause did you go back and meet her at the bar?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
dance? Cause I did. I
Yes,
danced
I
for like
did.
I danced for like a minute, dude. I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
I was like, this is cool. This is interesting. The dance animations are awful. It's literally
Yes,
just,
they are. Because you could even go to the club too. That's literally the dance animation. It's
Someone's gonna make
hilarious.
a meme out of that. That's gonna be awesome.
Yes.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, hey, V did say he's not a good dancer. He literally said it. So he or she, sorry, whatever
No, but
gender you pick.
I think that's my favorite part about Phantom Liberty is like you're making all these decisions and it's very emergent in the decision making, but like it's done in this spy way that like I don't know who the fuck's telling the truth. I don't know who's
Yeah.
lying. I don't know who's playing me. I'm just trying to get out of here. I do think it's a little annoying the way they placed the DLC because they talk about like they have this cure for you. I'm like, well, there's no way because then it destroys the rest of the game. It's like it makes no
You'll
sense.
have to see.
Yeah, I'm hoping they link it up in a good way, but I'm sitting here. I'm like, there's no way this works because then that makes the rest of the 40 hours of the game pointless of the story. So I can't wait to get to the end of it. Like I said, I am taking my sweet ass time. I'm doing
Yeah.
every gig
Dude,
that pops
when
up,
I got
every
home
side
from
quest. Sorry,
when I got home from my vacation, dude, I was like, yep. I immediately just got on and I was like, all right. I was really excited for this DLC and dude, I beat it in like a weekend because I was really I was in love with it. Like it was really, really fun.
Did you just
And also,
mainline it?
yeah, whoa,
Oh.
dude, I did everything. Even all the little, they're not technically, well, they are side quests, but they're the side quests in this DLC 2 are fucking awesome,
Well,
dude.
the gigs.
They poured everything. Yeah, the gigs are
are a lot
awesome.
more. Like I remember when I went my first gig, and there was like this whole thing. There was a decision to make with this guy in the cage, and it was like you went to different locations. I was like, well, this is not what the gigs used to be. The gigs
I
used
know,
to be
like-
go to this house, kill people, get thing, go.
Yeah, exactly. Like those gigs that they put in this DLC, they definitely were like, all right. A lot of people had problems with this. Let's bring back that Witcher 3 feel. Like we're gonna freaking make these gigs like actually multi-layered. That's super cool. I love that. Yeah, I mean this DLC. I actually think there's a little bit of side gigs I didn't get to finish yet, so I might go back. I'm honestly just waiting for them to add FSR3 to it because I really want to play it then, and that'll give me a good reason to go back in.
Yeah.
But I didn't just I took my time with it. I mean I spent like 25 hours I would say probably playing it.
I'm fucking
or
30
so.
hours in, dude.
Yeah, I think, but it is worth it. It was
I'm doing
awesome.
a lot of I'm doing a lot of other trophy stuff. Like I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
delivering the cars. I'm trying to get all this stuff. I'm obsessive about what I wear. Like, dude, I am obsessive about what I wear because that was my biggest negative. Is this is such a cool world? I want to look cool in it, and
Exactly,
I never did in the original game because I would just have like a disparate collection of clothes. That made no fucking sense.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is you can make multiple outfits now
Yeah,
too.
up
So
to
like
6.
if you want, like let's say you really want to be role play, like if you go to the club, you can change to a club outfit.
I do.
If
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's cool. Like I like that actually. Like again, I know a lot of people are like it's first person, but I don't know. You just still want to look away, and especially when you go in your inventory, you do see yourself. So it's cool. I
do wish it was third person though.
I do wish they did add a third person mode. That would have been really cool. I
No.
also wish they, for example, added New Game Plus. What the fuck? Like, I don't get why there's no New Game Plus in this game.
Well, the
It
good
makes
news
no
is-
sense. And like, it's too hard. I'm like, you literally just take this and you put it at the beginning of the game. You don't have to do any more than that. Like, I know a lot of people have high expectations with New Game Plus, but I literally would just be happy if you just let me take my character that I have with the stats in my inventory and you just go copy, paste, put them in the beginning.
kinda breaks
That's
the
all
game,
you gotta
though.
do.
Kinda
That's
breaks the game,
fine.
'cause you're, like,
It's New
overpowered
Game
as
Plus.
fuck.
New Game Plus is supposed to be breaking. You're supposed to be.
That's true.
It gives you a reason to go back through, but you're a lot more powerful and everything. Like I'm fine with that. That'd be cool. So it's just like how Elden Ring is. Like you go on New Game Plus, dude, you're a lot stronger in your second way through. So you can just demolish all the bosses. So
All right. Well, let's move it on. Another piece of DLC that came out. Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways finally got released. Surprise release, pretty much. Came out of nowhere. Didn't let anyone
Exactly.
know. We all knew it was coming. Well, I guess we got an inclination that it was coming. But yeah, that state of play happened, which, by the way, actually a pretty decent state of play. Thought it was pretty good, actually, in comparison to the other state of plays.
I didn't watch it, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
We got more VR news that it's still coming. Thank you. Fucking Jesus. It's coming this winter, apparently, which is totally nondescript, but...
Yep.
All right. But yeah, no. Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways. It's about 4 to 5 hours if you want to play through it, man. It's really fucking great. It's more Resident Evil. It's actually way better than the original Separate Ways because they added quite a bit of stuff to it. They added whole
Yeah.
conversations and all kinds of stuff. It's fucking $10, dude. Are you kidding me? What a steal.
Wait.
Capcom.
You have to buy it?
Yeah, it's a DLC.
I thought it was
chapter.
a free update.
No, the VR is a free update. The Separate
Oh.
Ways mission is $10.
That's a little lame.
Oh,
But it's okay, I
well,
guess.
for me, I thought, dude, that's the most worth purchase I've made this year. It feels like.
Yeah,
$10
I thought
for
it was going
that?
to be free, but I mean, it's fine. Yeah, that's not bad. For 4 to 5 hours, too, that's not badly priced. So
I thought it was incredibly priced. I had no
I
clue.
just didn't know we had to buy it, so that's why I'm just kind of surprised.
I
I
was
kind of
playing-
lied to my dad then. I'm a little wrong.
I was playing through it and I was like, yo, how the hell do they only charge $10 for this, dude? I have no clue. Capcom's been doing
Yeah.
that, dude. They keep charging like nothing for their shit.
Hey, that's
And-
fine with me.
Yeah. It's gonna stop eventually.
Yeah.
All right, the newest game came out a couple days ago. I got it yesterday. Put about 2-3 hours into it, so I don't have a huge things. I did get Assassin's Creed Mirage. It got good enough review scores, and I liked enough of what I saw to be like, you know what, this is worth, because it's only $50. So I'm like, this is worth $50 for 20 or 25 hours, however much time I spent with it. So
Yeah.
I was like, it's no big deal. I mean, it's $20 more than Phantom Liberty was. So
Is it Assassin's Creed?
yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed,
yeah,
but it's the good Assassin's Creed, not the bad Assassin's Creed.
Hmm.
I don't know in its totality if it's good Assassin's Creed, but you're in the city, you're exploring. I'm already doing that thing where
Yeah.
it's just fun to plan out your own route of getting around the city tops. And do all
Yeah.
that, and it's very stealth driven, super stealth driven. Like I know a lot of people were complaining about the combat because it feels like super janky and all that, which it does. I'm like, that's kind of the point. You're not supposed to engage in open combat. Like
Yeah.
you can take 1-on-1, 2-on-1, that's fine. Anything more than that, you're not gonna win that fight. You gotta escape and reset. And that's what
Which is good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what some of the older Assassin's Creeds were. Like you were supposed to not be seen. That was the point
Yeah.
of the game. And Valhalla and Odyssey fucking destroyed it to
Yeah.
the nth degree. But yeah, so far, I think it's fine. It's really enjoyable. Like I said, I think it looks fairly okay. It doesn't look amazing. I know some people
Yeah.
saying out there it looks ugly. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell people.
Well,
see.
I mean, people didn't. It's the fact that you need to do research before you buy something, but it's literally this. It's literally using the same engine and
Yeah.
same. It's literally what's supposed to be a DLC, but then it became bigger than it was supposed to be, so it became a full release. So yeah, it's literally just Valhalla. I don't know what people were expecting.
Same movement system as Unity, so that's a little disappointing. But it's not as bad as Unity, so you actually do have more control over it, which is an argument that Logan and I have all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're descending, you can actually stop descending if you want to, which is nice. So
You can in Unity though. I
but
don't
can
know
change
what you
direction.
did.
I can
You
change
can't.
direction, all right, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
But all right, yeah. So if you've been waiting to see if Assassin's Creed is the return of Ezio Assassin's Creed, it's not, but it is the step in the right direction. And I'm
Yeah, is
enjoying
the
it so far.
parkour any good? Because honestly, from what I've seen, it looks so slow, man. Like it looked awful.
It is slowed down, which is why I think it's way better. I like the methodicalness, dude.
I want him to be fast, man. Fast.
Are you fast
Parkour.
climbing a fucking
Parkour.
building? No.
Dude, you gotta move fast, do leaps, do backflips and stuff. Like I want to see some do.
When has any assassin ever done a backflip?
I don't know. That'd be sick, dude. I don't know.
He just dismounts from a building, just backflips into the freaking sand.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be badass?
I mean,
Oh my
yeah, it
God,
would look cool,
yeah.
but it wouldn't make any sense. This game is set in.
It doesn't need to make sense.
To me, it does. All right,
Yeah, that's fair.
let me run through some of the other bullshit. We're running a little long, but that's okay, whatever. Finally got Peyton to sit down and watch Band of Brothers.
So good.
I learned something about Peyton. She doesn't know anything about history.
Yeah,
So,
makes sense.
but it's good. She learned a lot, and she actually remembers a bunch of it. Like now, when I say the Battle of the Bulge, she knows what I'm talking about. She understands the importance of it because before that, she did not. My camera is shaking wildly. The Gran Turismo movie. We never got a chance to talk about this. Did you get a chance to see it?
No, I didn't. I
Hold
haven't
on.
gotten. I actually really sad. I
Hold
haven't
on.
went to the theater in a while.
I'm being glared at.
I'm very much so a visual learner.
Okay, she's a visual learner, so I can fuck off. All right.
No, yeah.
All right, but yeah. So the Gran Turismo movie. Another
I heard it's good.
Yeah,
So,
another W for PlayStation Productions. Like
Yeah.
I saw it twice. I saw it with
you
Andrew.
did?
Yeah, I saw it with Andrew on opening weekend, and then I saw it with Peyton a couple weeks later. Maybe like
I
a week
still
later.
think that was the stupidest thing ever.
Oh,
The fact that
the-
it was like it was already like the fact
Yeah.
that they delayed it, but then they released it at the right time still. But they said it wasn't finished, but it is finished because clearly you're doing early showings. So it's not like it's a video game. It's not like they had an early access. Like some of the scenes were hand drawn because
Yeah.
they couldn't finish it. Like what? What?
It was
It
like
doesn't make any sense at all.
It
to
literally
me.
was a preview in it because you can only go see it on the weekends for those 3 weeks before its official release date.
Yeah.
2 weeks. So, but yeah, it made no sense. I don't know what. the hell
Yeah,
they did.
like what?
But I will
Okay.
say, there are parts that the movie felt a little over directed or overproduced.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me, dude. In the first 15 minutes, I do not make this up. It's not a great story wise. It's pretty good to set everything up, but there's this moment in the early part of the movie that I was like, oh no, not good, not good. The fucking
Is
red.
it like him playing games or something?
Oh no, well
or-
that's all over the place because that's a core component of the story. So like he plays the
Yeah.
game and all that, but it's actually done in a decently tasteful
Well, I thought
way.
yeah, I thought that was gonna be like really cringy is what you were
No,
gonna go
no,
for because
it's
like he's
not.
like. It's like, you know how everyone always overacts when they're
No.
playing video games and movies.
Actually, when he's playing the game, he has an internal monologue of like, what he's doing, why he's practicing, and all this stuff. So it's actually
Yeah,
that's done in a tasteful way. The cringy part is, and when I mean cringe, this is so far beyond. I thought the movie was gonna suck because of this. There's this little police chase that they escape from, and I fucking shit you not, it pops up with a neon graphic of police. Evasion successful, and then 10 seconds later, it goes mission passed, and I'm like, holy fuck, we're doing this. I'm like, we're going here. Dude, the fucking red lights were popping off. I was like, okay, this is the one where PlayStation falls on their face. But no, man, that was really the only part where I was like, oh, this is real bad. The rest of it, good story, really interesting. I love racing movies, so it's a little bit over directed at times. There's a fucking litany of drone shots. Every 5 seconds, the fucking drone is swooping in on these cars. But it looks
Yeah.
cool. It's engaging. It's exciting. And then there's only one other moment towards the end of the movie where I was like, whew, that CGI was a little rough. But
yeah.
overall, very solid. In a 5-point scale, I'd give it 3.5 or a 4. Super solid movie, super enjoyable. And another win for PlayStation Productions. They just
I thought we were doing letters.
for movies, we're sticking to a 5-point, aren't we?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For games, we do the middle school
The
grades.
letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like having the points in there for the movies.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
different-
miss movies, man. I really would get it, but I understand why a lot of not movies. We're not going to get into that, but I just really want to go see a movie again. It's been a while.
Well,
I still need to go see. I still need to watch Barbie, and I still need to. Yeah, I want to watch Gran Turismo. I haven't seen either of those. But I guess I didn't put this on here, but I did go back and rewatch Across the Spider-Verse again.
Yeah, I got the
Just as good.
I got the steelbook, beautiful steelbook. Actually, hold on.
Oh, I did, yeah. Well, yeah. While he's doing that, dude. Oh, the Across the Spider-Verse is so freaking good. Like, I really, really liked it again. Like, I love that movie. It's so freaking good.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Pretty good. But yeah, no, I rewatched it with Amy. Really good. It seems like they changed. Like, I guess I don't know if I guess maybe all have the same version now because there was different versions of the movie out when it did come out at theaters. But it seems like the one they officially released was a little bit different than the one I went to go see. It's not like huge differences, but like there was like a scene where when Miles went to go save the police chief in the Indian universe. And when everything falls down, Gwen in our version was like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no!" Like but now it's just like, I think she was like a lot more calm in the one we watched, where she's like, "Where's Miles?" or whatever, but she wasn't as like freaky outy about it. That was a little bit different.
Freaky
From when
outy.
I watched freaky outy. Yeah, that's
Freaky
the
outy.
term. That's what
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
for.
Alright.
Yeah. But yeah, so the only other what do you got next? I have one other thing I got to go through, and then that's it. So
I'm gonna skip over that one thing. On the shelf underneath where the PS5 is. I think it's in that middle one there. Thank you. Devious
you're not gonna
Maids.
talk about Devious Maids?
It's a stupid fucking show, but I love
Yeah.
it. So I not love it. Actually, I don't love it at all, but I do like it. It's one of those things you turn on because you're bored as shit, right? It's the thing I
That's fair.
watched when I was recovering from Starfield.
Starfield. Yeah, Starfield.
I almost said it, but I don't want to be mean. So
That's
alright.
fair.
And then I'm excited to announce I'm getting the PlayStation Portal. It's awesome. I can't wait. I understand the criticisms out there, but I have a perfect use case for it, and I'm excited for that use case. Thank you. Here it is.
That's fair.
Boom.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I want to go get it physically. I haven't gotten that yet.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Old Best Buy never fails with the Steelbook. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I have a perfect use case for it. Saturday, Sunday nights, Thursday nights, Monday nights, football, games on the screen. I can be playing PlayStation right there. That's literally the use case that I want for it. It's what I've always wanted for it. And then for certain games like Sea of Stars, I can fucking play that when I'm in my bed. Just sit in my bed playing,
Yeah.
I think it's a fair price for what it is. It was. I mean, I said if it came in at $149.99, that'd be incredible. But I predicted $200, so it was exactly what it was.
Oof.
I don't.
That's a rough price, man.
I don't think so. I don't.
For a cheap ass screen with
Actually,
a glued together PlayStation 5 controller. It's a 1080p 60 FPS what IPS screen?
Yeah.
Or what is it? Is it IPS?
Yeah.
Or was it LED?
No, it's an IPS screen.
Still not that good, dude.
I think that's a fantastic screen for 8 inches.
It would have been more excited if it was like an OLED. That would have been fucking sick, dude. If it came with an OLED on there, have a nice, at least that. I mean, give us a nice display at least. Like, I don't know.
What's that fucking handheld that you have? I never remember the name of it. Steam Deck's got like 800p.
Yeah, but Steam Deck is also an entire system built into it. I can play games off of it.
300% more. So we're talking about different products here.
Actually, it's only about $200. What? Yeah,
for the shitty version of it, yeah. With a really
well,
terrible
if you're
with a way worse.
I'll look this up. Damn, dude, I get dark. Let me crank some brightness up on me. But keep going. So
no, I'm just like, look, I get why people don't want it, and if you don't want it, don't get it. It's very easy. It's fair. It's an accessory. I don't understand why everyone's like, this is the stupidest thing ever. It's like, why? They'll probably sell, I don't know, 100,000. What's funny is, dude, this thing is sold out everywhere. So apparently it's not stupid. In Japan, you can't get this thing. It just came back into stock in Best Buy pre-orders. Sony's going to sell more PlayStation Portals than PSVR 2s. I guarantee it.
That's sad.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
That's really, really sad.
I don't know what that says, but I feel like that's a fact.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. I feel like
it's not a good thing for PSVR 2. It's a great thing for PlayStation Portal.
Yeah.
Because like if you think about it, $70 for a DualSense, then you got 50.
But you know what you have in your pocket right now?
Yes,
a phone.
I have a phone.
And you know what you could do on that phone? You could play and do the exact same thing on that you're going to be doing on that device.
You want to hear my counter argument?
And even better argument, you probably have an OLED display on your phone.
I don't.
And you don't?
No, and it's.
Are you sure it's not?
And it's a much smaller screen too. It's only like a 6.7-inch screen.
Okay.
That's an 8. It's a better screen probably.
Oh.
And also, here's the thing that I have done PlayStation streaming to my phone. It works really well. That's why I'm excited for the Portal. But if you want to use your phone, you have to cancel out of the stream, answer whatever text you need or whatever you need to do in your phone, then reload all that up. So
you just don't answer your texts and you just keep playing.
I'm a popular person. What do you want from me?
Oh, okay. All right.
No, but I mean, it's just, again, I understand if you don't want it, you don't want it. That's
fair.
Fine.
That's fair.
But like all the previews that we have from this thing are talking about how it actually works surprisingly well. The screen is beautiful. It feels amazing. And it does exactly what they want it to do. I understand you're disappointed this isn't PSP2. I get that. You want to know why it's not PSP2? Because nobody fucking bought the Vita. So PlayStation's not going to make another handheld.
Plus, I mean, there already is these handhelds that can play their
so they don't
games. So,
need
like,
it.
yeah, like you can literally get the Steam Deck and you could be playing PlayStation games on there right now that have come to PC. So, I honestly, yeah, you don't really need a Vita. I always think that's funny when people do. They're like, "Oh yeah, they should definitely bring out the Vita again." I'm like, not really, because if PlayStation tried to get back into this market again, dude, it's not going to go well.
No.
Also, secondly, if they do a Vita, that means they have to make specific games just for that device, and then that way they're going to be cutting from their games that they should be releasing on the console.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't give a shit. Like, but I get why this exists. It may be pretty good. I don't know, but I'm just not really impressed with it because you literally have a phone in your pocket that can do the same thing. The only difference is, yes, it has a thing connected to it already, so you don't have to get like a little adapter to put your controller on. But I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, you still got to buy a $100 controller. Or if you go with the Razer, which is
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. If you
so.
went the backbone or
Yeah,
whatever
I mean,
it is.
so it's really not a terrible price when you think about all the things. Like, is it a little higher than I was hoping? Yes. Is it $300 like some people were predicting? No, that would have been a fucking travesty. That would have been the worst decision of all time. But $200 for a device, and if it does what it does better than any other device out there, that's all I want from it. And then PC upgrades. Let's see. I installed an 8 terabyte hard drive for video files that I need.
Yep.
I finally got my M.2 drive in here, so
Yeah.
that's in here. Obviously, the new GPU. So now I have an 8 terabyte hard drive, a 1 terabyte SSD M.2, a 1 terabyte. I think it's a 960 gigabyte SATA SSD, and then a 4 terabyte desktop hard drive for my Seagate. So I have storage.
Yeah.
I'm not losing any of our video files. I'm not losing any of the important video files. And all my games run super quickly. So, although Forza still takes 18 million years to load in. I don't know what it's doing. It's spinning. It's doing its things. Every time I boot up Forza, I don't know what the hell it's doing. But it takes forever to get into a game. All right. Anything else you wanted to shout out before we move to a couple news stories?
So yeah, I quick little thing. Obviously, as I said before, I went on vacation, which was really fun. I went to Florida, went to Universal, but I did something new this year that my brother really wanted us to go to, which, by the way, pretty damn expensive, but it was also very worth it. But it was Halloween, oh my God, can I talk? Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. Fucking awesome. Like, if you like haunted houses or anything like that, or you're just a fan of any of the properties that they do, so Halloween Horror Nights is a big deal. Like, I'd never known about this, but my brother really got us all to go to it, and it's a really big deal, I guess, in Universal. Like, it's a huge deal. They do a lot of stuff for it. They even have like a podcast where they have like a whole storyline just for it and everything that they make. And so it's basically like, so after like 5 p.m., I think around 6 p.m. or whatever, they reopen the second park, which is Universal Studios. And that stays open till 2 in the morning. And literally, it's like they make a bunch of haunted houses in it. And these haunted houses are the best haunted houses I have ever seen in my entire life. They spend so much money on these haunted houses. Like, they are awesome. So like they had a Last of Us house, which was fucking awesome, dude. Like it's almost like they took like from the HBO series. They got like the fucking like the clickers and the bloaters that they had in it. Dude, they looked awesome. Like, it was so cool. The environments that I was walking through were so damn cool, dude. Like, it was awesome. Like, I loved it. They had a Chucky one that was super cool. It was off of like all of his best deaths. They had an Exorcist one that goes with the new Exorcist movie that's coming out soon, or maybe it already is out. I don't know. I don't follow horror movies that well. Okay, so
Not getting good reviews, but
no. Okay, yeah.
See it.
But it was, dude, that one was fucking awesome looking, dude. Like, holy shit, dude. Again, the amount of detail they did in all these. And then I think, Stranger Things. They had a Stranger Things season 4 one that was also insanely well designed, dude. Like, holy crap. They put so much detail into it. And Vecna looked really good. Like, I was like, wow, like, this looks awesome. And then all the other ones were their originals. And again, they did not spare any change on those originals. They had some really fucking cool ones. Like they had a Yeti one, which I didn't think was going to be as good as it was. That was probably the one that got me the most. And it was awesome. Like again, every one of these houses were so well designed. Like I was very impressed. And I'm very happy we got the express passes because dude, there's 3-hour waits for these haunted houses. Like it's crazy how many people go to this thing. They also had a lot of food in that. Like that's how I got this can. It actually was it was like ravioli in here. It was really good. They had a bunch of different drinks and stuff, alcoholic drinks and everything that they made. Again, freaking awesome. If you love that stuff, like I highly recommend it. I had so much fun at Halloween Horror Nights, and it was a really busy day too. Like I got like what I don't remember how many steps. I think it was like 22,000 steps or something like that, or maybe more than that. I did a lot of walking that night, but it was so good. So yeah, that was cool. Especially the Last of Us one. That was the one I was the most hyped for. I was like, oh.
That was awesome. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
And it was off the video game too. It wasn't the HBO one. It was going more off the video game. So
I was getting your snaps. It looked really, really fun. So
yeah.
Only mildly jealous. Not really jealous.
Yeah.
I'm going on a
Dude, you would have loved the Last of Us house, man.
I would have.
Dude, it was so good.
I'm going on a 7-day cruise if anyone wants to be jealous in a couple months. So, all right. Well, that was the rundown. It was a long rundown, but it's been a hot second since we've talked to you guys out there. We're gonna try to get back into the normal swing of things. Can't always promise it, but we're gonna try our damnedest, even if the shorter episodes, to get back in the swing of things. We're gonna go now to Around the Point for a little bit. We got a couple things to talk about, but we won't spend too long on them because I gotta go watch Harry Potter Orchestrated live in a couple hours. So I'm excited about that.
Bastard.
So give us 1 second, and we'll come right back with Around the Point, guys. All right, welcome to Around the Point. Like I said, number one on Around the Point, Jim Ryan is retiring from his role as CEO at SIE and passing the torch over to the next head of PlayStation. After nearly 30 years with the company, dating back before the release of the original PlayStation, Jim Ryan has been a stalwart within Sony and has a deep history with the company. The current CFO of Sony Corp, Hiroki Totoki, which is a fantastic name, will take over in the interim as they search for Jim's successor. Ryan took over as president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment in 2019 and shepherded SIE through the launch of the PlayStation 5 during the midst of the COVID pandemic. While certainly a controversial figure in the minds of the internet, he is unequivocally leaving PlayStation in one of its best positions of all time as the current market leader and now a name synonymous with quality in games. So, I just wanted to say, Jim, Crying Jim, as the internet calls him, you've been fun to make fun of. Easy, I would say, to say the least. But I think you did a pretty decent job. I mean, I guess we really won't see how good you did for another couple years till some of the projects you approve start coming out. Who knows? Maybe you sucked. I don't know. But good luck in whatever you want to do. And that's all I got to say on that. Let's hope someone who comes in gets us back to a little bit of the Sony that I truly, truly love. So, Mr. Birdman.
Yeah. Sayonara, I guess.
Sayonara.
Hopefully, Nara. I mean, he did what he did, you know. He was the CEO. He clearly was more of the businessman. He clearly isn't much of a gamer, to say the least. Isn't there like a video of him where he literally held the PlayStation controller the wrong way?
But
that is
honestly,
so depressing. That is so depressing.
You gotta think there's like some sort of PR guy, but like, no, move your hands so we can get a picture of the controller. Because yeah, he's literally like this. He's like. But you gotta think, you know, he at least knows how to hold a fucking controller. There's someone behind the scene, be like, move your goddamn hands. We gotta get a picture of the controller. You know, we don't care about your ugly ass. So, but yeah, no, he's definitely, you know, let's we don't like to compare too much, but because they're different companies, but we can compare them directly to Mr. Phil Spencer, who is a player of games. And I don't really think you have to be a gamer to run.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Sony
Like he's
Interactive
just like
Entertainment. Yeah, he's just a
it's
business
easy to
guy.
make fun of, but
Yeah.
he's a business guy, and
Yeah.
you know what? Sometimes you just need a business guy. You know,
Yeah.
it's fine. Like
especially
you don't have
during
to have...
the whole COVID and all the struggles, the fact that Sony came out of that, and it didn't really even seem like it affected them. Like they've already sold. I think at least they're almost caught up to the pace that they were on the PS4 at the time, and it's like that's kind of a masterstroke, behind the scenes, because it was dire there for like 2 years. It didn't seem like anybody could get this fucking thing, but he managed to guide them through it. And like I said, you can argue whether the future looks as good as you want it to, but PlayStation is as strong as they've ever been right now. I mean, off the backs of just name and history alone, they're selling consoles 2-1 compared to their direct competitor. Whatever you want to say about that or not, that's the cold hard fact. So I didn't necessarily love them. I much more loved Sean Layden, which is the guy who was CEO before him. I think he cared a lot more about video games, but maybe they needed Jim Ryan to get him through COVID. I don't know, but anyway, I wanted to really pay attention. We're gonna play armchair CEO here, all right? You are appointed. You're getting delivered something. Oh, never mind. She just walked by.
What is that? Oh, you made it for me?
No, but I don't.
Oh. What am I doing? Oh. Okay.
Probably eating it.
Okay.
Want the pet?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep
So
going.
anyway, I said we're gonna play armchair CEO for just a little bit, just a couple minutes here. Mr. Birdman, I am happy to announce that you have been appointed the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. What is your first move?
Oh, what's my first move? Ooh.
BT Dubs, this is why you read the script before we sit down to record.
Oh, what do you mean? What?
So you could have been
Am I
ready
supposed to
for
read
it.
the A? Oh, yes. Well,
Ah!
well, I mean, clearly, I would just say double down on single player games.
All right, so you
That's the safe move.
you stick to the formula, huh?
Yeah.
All right, if I'm CEO, obviously I've wrote the thing in here, so I have more to say about it. But I want to see a return to the weirdness of PlayStation a little bit. I feel like PlayStation has gotten a little too serious as of late. They feel like Apple out here. You okay over there, Logan?
This is spicy.
This
This is spicy ramen.
This is
Oh
spicy
my God.
ravioli right here.
Spicy ramen.
But yeah, no, I think
Amy brought me milk because she knew.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good wife. Good wife.
Yeah.
But I think they need to get back a little bit to the fun PlayStation. The PlayStation that had the fucking baby commercial that was weird as shit and no one understood it. That stuff was so unique and interesting, and it feels like they've got a little too corporate as of late, which has worked for them.
Mhm.
They're in terms of profitability, they're number one in the gaming industry, so it works for them. But I kind of miss that whole we never know. Even a couple years ago when they would have those like augmented reality trailers, like where all their characters and everything would run around the city and people react to it. Those were fun and interesting, and we don't really get that side of PlayStation anymore. They're definitely like, take us seriously, please.
Yeah.
And I kind of miss the fun side of PlayStation. But most importantly, my number one change that I would make, I would talk just a little bit. That is, I mean, we do run kind of like a news thing here, and there's arguments to be made on, they don't need to say anything. They're still selling consoles like crazy. They don't have to talk about what their plans are as much as some of the other people do. But maybe a little bit more. Like, hey, this studio is working on this. They haven't said fucking anything. We know one game that's coming out next year from them. Oh, two. Sorry, now technically Helldivers. But
and the multiplayer games and all that.
Yeah. Which, who knows? Again, maybe they're really good. I don't know. But maybe just talk a little bit more. That's the only thing I would do. Because I don't want to change too much, because I'm going to be honest. Whatever they're doing, it's fucking working. So I think people forget just a year ago, PlayStation came out with Horizon Forbidden West and God of War. I think people forget
Yeah.
that. It's been a soft year. There's no argument about that. We're getting Spider-Man in 12 days. So it has definitely been a soft year, though, in terms of what they were able to produce and come out with. So,
But it's also because I think those were projects they've been working on way before even PS5 was released, you know?
yeah.
So it's not a surprise, and they also just probably blew their load a little too early. So because they wanted to get out pump out as much as they could at the early stage, and then now they kind of hit a lull right now.
But I'm going to be completely honest. If I sit back and I ask myself, what would I rather prefer? Would I rather 5 first-party games of varying qualities of 6, 7, and 8s, or 2 9 to 10s every single year? I'll take the 2 games at 9 to 10 every single year. I got enough other things that I can fucking play in between those games. I'm gonna be honest. If I have my choice between those two, realistically, I'd want 3 or so really high quality Sony first party games every single year. But if they can only give me 2 a year, fine. It takes a long time to make these things anymore, dude. I got
Also,
what's up?
I really wish if I was CEO right now, I would say that I don't agree with him doing this. Let's make as many multiplayer games as possible and throw as much shit at the wall and see what sticks. That's a bad strategy, and I do
Yeah.
not like that at all. Because that's what they're doing right now. They're just like,
Oh,
we don't have any
absolutely.
multiplayer games, so we're just gonna have a bunch of studios make a lot of fucking multiplayer games, and we'll just throw it all at the wall. We'll see what is good. And that means we're probably gonna be getting some probably really low score PlayStation games coming out soon
It'll
because
be a hard pill for me to swallow, but I'll
yeah.
go for it.
That's something I do not like that they're doing. Like, how about you just focus on like 1 or 2 and actually just take the time to make it instead of just making all these studios make a bunch of fucking live service games and hoping one of them will at least do well. Like that's dumb. Again, I don't like live service anymore because that's all it is. Like they just, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, and we don't know that these are going to be live service games. They could just be multiplayer projects. Who the hell knows?
There's gonna be live service,
Well, I feel like Helldivers is just a multiplayer game. It's just
Okay,
a
well
co-op
that's
game.
different. That's a
Okay.
different beast.
Fair enough, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see how good the Bungie thing is, man. I think Bungie.
I'm not happy about the Bungie thing. I really wish that was like an actual game, not a freaking extraction shooter. Ugh. Like, why do you bring back an old IP, but then you literally just make it an extraction shooter?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
I know.
What do you mean?
I know Bungie fans are super excited. I don't call myself a Bungie fan. I like Halo. I never really got into Destiny, but I won't call myself a Bungie fan. But honestly, I like the idea of an extraction shooter. I mean, I liked what we did on Call of Duty. That was fun. And if that idea is widened to the breadth of a whole game and it works really well, like the whole the Bungie style of gameplay, I think it could be fun. But again, with me, multiplayer games are 2 to 3 weeks, and then I move on to other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I think with the modern industry, it's just not financially achievable to have all that stuff. I think that's why Sony is trying to get into PlayStation, because it's like, look, we can't spend $200 million on a game that is in the zeitgeist for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's even the best ones. Like God of War is one of the best games ever made. And it's in the zeitgeist for 2, 3, 4 weeks. And then people move on. And it's like, I don't think that's really financially achievable with how expensive these things are getting. So I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what's going to work anymore. I used to know. I don't know anymore. So we're in such a weird time. But I do say one thing, Sony making live service games as opposed to I don't know, let's say Ubisoft. At least they're going to look good and play good. Theoretically. Who knows if they're going to
I
last.
hope.
But yeah, who knows if they're going to last at all. Who knows if they're even good ideas. But I think they've earned the reputation of give them the benefit of the doubt until you play it, Most people have. I even think Xbox has earned that. Benefit of the doubt until you play it. Ubisoft? No. You haven't earned shit. You've actually lost everything.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical of everything you have coming out, so. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Helldivers 2. During that state of play that we were not around for, they showed off another gameplay trailer and announced the release date, which is technically a delay. It is now coming out on February 8th, 2024. But the more interesting news, game is $39.99.
Ooh.
Did not see that coming
Yeah.
at all. a Sony first-party game coming out at $39.99 could mean one of two things. One, and this is the hopefulness, they're just giving us a good price. Two, it's not as big as we think it is.
I'm gonna say 2.
I think two twos, yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
fine. Like, I
I-
think there is gonna be this. It's not like it's not gonna be a super huge game. It never was going to be.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it'll still be worth it for the price for what I'm seeing so far. Like it looks like it's gonna be one of those games that you go in, you do the little, I don't know how it works, but I guess you go and do these like little missions, and then you get out, and then it's just like a fun time with some friends or whatever. Like that's what it is, and that's fine.
I'm willing to
I
drop
see nothing
40
wrong
bucks
with
on
that.
this. Yeah. But
Yeah,
hearing that price, I did temper my expectations a little bit because this is Sony. If this was
Yeah.
if this was a full built game, it'd be $70. That's what it would be. There's no ifs, ands, or
Yeah.
buts around it. So I did temper my expectations a little bit about its overall scope. Not necessarily quality, because I know the studio that's making the game. If it's any level of quality close to the original one, it's gonna be super fun to play. So
yeah.
but I did temper my expectations over, how much is going to be there. And that's all I got on that. So
Dude, I don't know, man, but this game looked good. I didn't get to see this gameplay. I'll have to watch it later,
dude,
but
it looks so good. I don't understand
yeah,
people are saying this like, oh, this looks terrible. I'm like, the fuck are you looking at?
yeah.
Like, what the honestly, what are you looking at? I'll tell you what they're looking at. They're looking at Starfield. Dude, the hate between these two companies is weird. Like,
Beautiful.
obviously, I like one more than the other. It's clear as bell. I'll never argue that. But I don't hate anything. I want
Yeah.
everything to be successful. I want every single game to come out to be super successful. It's not,
Yeah.
but I want that. I want every single game people to love. It be amazingly played, not fucking T-posing everywhere.
Yes.
Not broke. I want every single game to ever release sell 1 million copies. That's not how that happens and not how that works, but that's what I wish. All right.
Yeah.
To end the show, I want to do a little check-in. We've been away for a while, so what are your feelings sitting here October 8th, 2023? Fuck me, I'm 32 today. That's depressing. Technically I'm not 32 yet. I'll be 32 at 9:33 tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but what are your feelings with both in relation to PlayStation and Xbox about the current state of the companies right now and looking into 2024? Just broad, off the wall feelings. Anything you want to say? We'll close it out with these thoughts.
PlayStation's gonna be the same, you know. How do we? I mean, I'm sure. Well, I think the more bright side, PlayStation's just gonna be PlayStation, dude. They're just mellowing out right now. They're just, they are on the high life right now. They're selling consoles left and right. The only thing I'm a little bit curious about next year is the multiplayer releases and stuff. I'm very curious to see if it's either going to be the biggest train wreck we've ever seen, or maybe they actually are putting that PlayStation,
Je ne sais quoi.
yeah, on top of it. We'll see. I think Xbox, though, it's kind of looking up. I think Starfield was the big thing to get them the ball rolling for them. And I do think next year we're gonna get a lot more releases from Xbox. And so I'm very excited for them. I think they definitely took a little long to get to this point, but I think now with Starfield, which was a really big release for them, and I mean Forza is coming out in 2 days, which I've heard is good. PC port's a little rough, but
Awesome.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
playing it on. Fantastic.
But
You love to hear it.
it's looking good, and I'm really excited to see what Xbox comes out with next year, because I really, really, really want some good releases next year. I want to see Avowed. I can't wait for that. I want to see Fable, actually some gameplay, maybe even a release, that would be kind of cool. I want to see at least 3 games released next year from Xbox. At least 3. It's a lot to ask, I know, but I would love to see 3 games at least.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on PlayStation. I'm a little worried about the fact that they just haven't said anything, and we only
Yeah.
seem to hear bad news about what's going on at Naughty Dog. It was more bad news this week, so who
Yeah.
knows? But I'm Insomniac's going to be there to hold us up. Insomniac is the Bethesda to Xbox. That sorry, yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but dude, can you imagine if Xbox hadn't bought Bethesda? Dude, it would be
Yeah.
it would be a fucking desert of anything.
Yes, it would be.
I got into an argument with a guy on Reddit who was saying, "Oh, you know,
Oh shit, yeah.
the whole PS5 generation, Naughty Dog hasn't put out anything." I was like, "Okay." Ninja Theory
You're
was
totally.
bought. Ninja Theory was bought 5 years ago and hasn't made a game. So it's like, and again, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, like, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Anyway, name a game that Xbox has made since Xbox Series X has come out. Forza 5.
Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah.
View.
But I'm saying, dude, Bethesda is booing it.
Dude, yeah, Bethesda came out with 3 games this year.
And next year
Take
they have
that
2.
in.
They got Indiana
Yeah.
Jones and the
Yeah,
new,
no,
and the
yeah,
new Doom
literally
that we've heard
Bethesda
about.
is the Insomniac for Xbox. Holy shit, you're right. Because at least Bethesda's had 2 good releases this year. I mean, debatable on one, but we can all agree Hi-Fi Rush was
Fantastic, yeah.
quite the surprise, and I'm very happy about that. And I honestly kind of hope they keep letting them have that kind of freedom because man, Hi-Fi Rush was a big surprise for me this year. I still think that game was great. But yeah, I mean, we're not gonna talk about the other one, Redfall.
Well, we talk about it.
Oh god, dude, it's supposedly still extremely broken.
Oh, just this week they finally did it. It's on IGN when I pulled up before the show. They finally released the
No
performance
way.
patch. They released the performance
Holy
patch.
crap.
Finally.
Oh my god.
It only
That's
took
horrible.
them 6 months.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 day ago. Redfall's new update rolls out long-awaited 60 FPS mode on consoles. Finally.
That's just depressing. It's really. I still just can't believe that. I mean, it's not. It's mainly the Bethesda corpos that were making them fucking make that game. They didn't
Yeah.
want to make that game, and that's what's so shitty because like they actually do make good games, and they lost all their good people because they corpos just said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna shove all this multiplayer crap down their throat," and that's why we got that shitty Redfall game. I'm just.
My fucking camera keeps resetting.
Yeah, it doesn't want to focus on you.
It doesn't want to stay bright. I don't know why. It keeps resetting.
No,
the exposure,
but yeah. So like, I don't know. I just think next year's gonna be a really good year. I mean, yeah, if Bethesda's coming out with 2 games, there will be some other ones in there because dude, then we can get a solid amount of Xbox releases next year.
I'm just saying, man.
So,
Can you
yeah.
imagine if they hadn't bought Bethesda? Holy
No,
shit.
yeah, they would.
That would
be
be
rough.
That would be real bad.
Honestly, I think Bethesda's probably one of their best purchases because yeah, like literally, yeah, Bethesda. I always forget how many studios are within Bethesda, and they are like they crank out games every year. So I'm excited. So
All right. Well, I'm excited as well. I'm just a little more worried on PlayStation than I am on Xbox. Again, both companies they're continuing down the same path, the divergent paths from each other. Xbox
Yeah.
is going this way, PlayStation's going straight this way, straight down the path they've always been on. That's just how I guess this is the multiplayer.
I mean, they're
stuff, so.
comfortable. What can you say? I mean,
Why
they're
would they
on
not
top
be?
of the world.
Again.
Yeah, like they don't have to try. They literally can just do whatever they want at this point, and they're good.
So, all right, let's get into these reviews. All the big games that have come out. If you have any reaction to them, trying to get out of here in the next little bit, but we'll see. All right, welcome to LTR, also known as Let's Talk Reviews. We're going to go through the biggest games that have released in the past month or so since we've been on. The biggest one out of the bunch, Starfield, came in at 86. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty DLC, 89. Resident Evil 4, Separate Ways DLC, 87. Assassin's Creed Mirage, 77. Forza Motorsport, 84. Payday 3. The one that I'm mad as fuck that Logan convinced me was going to be good because I wanted to counterpick it.
It looked good, you know. Like I
65.
still need to play it.
Mortal
Just to see how
Kombat.
it is.
Mortal Kombat 1, 85. Liza P, 82. Armored Core 6, 86. Sea of Stars, 89. Immortals of Aveum, 72. Eternites, 72. The Crew Motorfest, a surprising 76. I don't know why I have Payday 3 in here twice, but I'm going to skip over that. And then Madden NFL 24, I wanted to throw it in there, 66. Finally getting its reviews that it deserves. And anyway, all this leads to, ladies and gentlemen, your boy here has made a massive comeback in Fantasy Critic, and it is looking so good that I retained my crown this year, which looked so not possible just a couple months ago. But man, the comeback that I have made in there, fucking beautiful. You love to see it. You love to see the king stay the king. You know what I'm saying, man?
I just can't seem to get games that fucking release, dude. That's what happened to me, dude. Pissed off, dude. Like half my stuff just delayed.
And some
God.
of them, yeah, Metal Slug's still no news, no clue.
Yeah, no, nothing.
The finals, no news, no clue.
No news, nothing. Yep.
Yeah, then you got Stalker 2 delayed again, Hades 2 delayed.
Yeah,
Wizard with a Gun, that has a release date, that'll come out.
yeah.
And you got Alan Wake, Persona 5 Tactica, Sonic Superstars. You're gonna get there. Hopefully you beat DJ. I don't know why I said hopefully.
I would be really upset if I don't beat DJ. Because
Oh.
I should have been.
No,
I'm just so mad.
You got
No
Spider-Man
luck.
too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But man, that comeback that I stormed on, dude. I mean, it was obviously
Yeah.
helped out by a couple things not coming out, and Payday coming in at -5, big one. I wanted to counter pick it so bad. I'm so mad at you. You're like, no, it's gonna
Yeah.
be good, man. Trust me. It's
Okay,
gonna
wait.
be
What did Payday
it's gonna
2
be
get?
good.
I'm curious.
65.
Wait, Payday 2 you did?
Oh, Payday 2. Sorry, my bad. No,
Oh,
I
I was like,
have no fucking clue what Payday got. Open Critic. Payday 2. Well, there's all these additions. I don't know what the fuck one to go with. Nope, that one wasn't it. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Metacritic for it. Never mind. It's not loading. I don't know what he got.
oh, okay. So we'll just go off. It's 69.
Oh, yeah, I should have counted.
So maybe I should have told you. No, well, oops.
It's all right. I got your finals counter picked. Even if it does come out, it's gonna score in the 60s anyway. Game looks awful.
It's gonna be good.
It's not.
be
It
an
looks
80.
terrible, dude.
Dude, what are you talking about?
It looks-
Finals looks great.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Oh my god, it does not. But to each their own, I guess. But yeah.
I just hope Lords of the Fallen also does horrible. Please, please. I've actually haven't heard a lot of great things. Like, yeah, it looks good, but from what I heard, it's a really poor Souls-like, and it's more of like a puzzle thing in a sense, from what I heard.
Yeah, I was looking at
Like
I was looking at the predictions when I updated it, and I was like, everyone is so much different than I am. What did I predict for that? Hold on, un momento. I predicted a 69. I guess you're not that different. No, never mind. Worthy just thinks it's gonna be amazing. Worthy predicted 82.
yeah, it ain't gonna be an 82. Because from what I also have heard, it's gonna be extremely poorly optimized. So, yay.
I mean, it's,
Good. Please.
It's
It's Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah.
So
We're still not there yet. Let me real quick change your prediction. Oh, I already did. Because yeah, when you said that, I was like, hey, you definitely forgot what that is. I was like, there's no
Yeah.
way that's his prediction.
Thank you for telling me that, because I totally forgot what the day before was.
I was like, there's no way this man just said 80 for day before. I was like, he just went with the group on that one. But all right, guys, it's been fun, but we're almost done. Out this week, these are the games you get a chance to play this week if you are so inclined to do so. Don't know if you are or not, but who knows. Anyway, on October 10th, you got Forza Motorsport, Little Gator Games on PS5 for Xbox X and S. Roblox finally makes its way to PlayStation. That's exciting. And then
Yeah, that one surprised me. I didn't know that it wasn't already on PlayStation.
No, just been Xbox and PC. And then Wild Card Football on PS5 for Xbox Series X and S, Switch and PC. On October 11th, Total War Pharaoh on PC. And then on October 13th, we get our questions answered. Lords of the Fallen 2023 coming to PS5, Xbox X and S, and PC. Yeah, it's rough that they have to put a 2023 because they decided to name the game the same fucking thing as the first one. Stupid asses. All right, tell me about Little Gator Game. What do you got?
It looks like a sort of Zelda. Kind of, I think. Yeah, no, it looks like Wind Waker. In a sense. The art style.
Let me tell you
It
what.
actually looks kind of cool.
Y'all were super off base on Cocoon when I picked that game up. Y'all gave it no credit.
The hell is Cocoon?
The game I picked up, they got me 18 points.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, what you predicted to get? Hold on, I got it right here. You predicted 79.
Yeah.
Got an 88.
Huh.
I mean, to be fair, I only picked an 81, so
That's fair.
yeah. We got all zeros on that. By the way, updates on the rating predictions, Logan. I'm making a comeback on here as well.
I don't think your mic picked up any of that.
All right, can it base picking up now?
Yeah.
All right. Update on the rating predictions. I'm making a massive comeback. Worthy's at 115 points. I'm at 108 points. You're at 98 points, and DJ's at 95 points.
Dang.
We're making it, Logan. We're doing things. All right,
Hell yeah.
y'all. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right, everyone who's been watching and listening, this brings us to the end of our show. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Without your continued support, we cannot be doing what we're trying to do here at the Experience Point. But please help us to continue to grow by telling everyone out there that we know there's a slightest appreciation for all things pop culture. They have some new friends waiting to talk all sorts of fandoms with them. We'd greatly appreciate it. Mr. Birdman, any last words? What the fuck were you doing, by the way? Were you doing the YMCA?
I was doing the YMCA.
Okay, I
yeah.
was like,
Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys for sticking by. Hopefully, you guys know we're back because we've kind of been gone for a while. So, again, I bet a lot of people don't even think we quit doing this.
We died.
But yeah, we are back. Hopefully, on again a schedule we can get back on. Again, hopefully we won't have any houses flooded. I won't have to move somewhere, or my camera won't just go kaput again. Hopefully none of those things happen. But thank you guys for listening to this episode. I know this episode isn't a very newsy episode. It's a lot more of us just talking about what we've been doing. But I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, maybe we could do more of these kind of things.
I kind of like that more than just talking about the news.
Exactly.
I like talking about games.
But
That's what we're here for.
yeah, give us your opinion down below. Also, make sure to say happy birthday to Mike down below.
Don't say
So,
happy birthday to me. It's fine.
but other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Hey, DJ's birthday is the 10th. So
Yeah?
let me know if I got that wrong, DJ. I'm pretty sure it's the 10th. Yeah, because we spent an entire week hammered on our 21st birthday. So all right. Once again, thanks everyone for listening and following along with us. This has been finally another episode of the XP Podcast brought to you by us here at the Experience Point. I hope everyone has a great week. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
See y'all.